What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Big Val Opinion back with another live video. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that share button. And most importantly, make sure you sub to the channel. Turn on that post notification bell so that you be notified each and every time that your boy Big Val is going live, man. With that being said, let's get into this intro.
I just really want people to know I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't gonna do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here, and I just really want people to know, I appreciate anybody that's helping me. I appreciate anybody that's helping me. A lot of people have been there for me. I just don't want people going back and forth, being mad at each other because one person did this for me and another person did that for me. That's what the devil wants. He wants to cause confusion. That's what these people want. They want to cause confusion. And confusion ain't gonna do nothing but keep me in here. But the real thing here, lifetime, as far as quick on lifetime, as far as lifetime is concerned, there are real people, real women out here really being abused, really missing. They're really missing. They're really chained up in basements. I've been in here 4 years. I haven't seen one person that was ever chained up in a basement come forward for anything. But I tell you one thing, before Lifetime came out, I was minding my business. I was in the studio. I was working with celebrities. I had tours. But when Lifetime came out, all of that went away. Meaning, before Lifetime came out, I had no charges pending against me. Nobody had went to a radio station or had went to a police station. It took a year to put together Lifetime. If all of the things they said I did on Lifetime were true, it only take a minute to go to a police station. But when there's a crime committed, you don't go make a movie on it. You go to the police station. Nobody had done that.
Angeline and Timothy Savage say it's been nearly 2.5 years since they last saw their daughter, Joycelyn, in person. They say Joycelyn enjoyed singing growing up, and they believed R.Kelly could help their daughter with her professional career. Kelly was acquitted of child pornography charges in 2008.
So you felt comfortable because he had been acquitted of the charges?
Not only had he been acquitted of charges, but I felt comfortable because of I separated at the time. I wish I didn't, but I separated the artist from the man.
The Savages say Joycelyn first met R. Kelly at one of his shows in 2015. Kelly claims Joycelyn's father brought her to the concert.
I didn't go looking for a Jocelyn Savage. I was doing my show. He brought her and asked a friend of mine to put her on the stage with R. Kelly.
Never have that ever happened.
So you didn't bring her to the show?
No, I did not.
Have you met R. Kelly?
I've never met Mr. Kelly.
You have never met R. Kelly?
Never in my entire life met Mr. Kelly. I've only talked to him one time on the phone. And that one time, you know what he told me? He said, "You're going to have to wait to see your daughter. Trust the process." How can you tell another father to trust the process, but you rampant and raging on TV that you want to see your kids, but you won't allow me to see my own daughter? How do you think that makes me feel as a father?
Joycelyn.
So, okay, now West
Okay,
Side.
I want to know
Hold on,
what
Mr. Savage. Hold on. Hold on, Mr. Savage. Hold on, Mr. Savage. You don't let West Side finish. You gonna let him finish. Go ahead and finish your comment, West Side.
Well, I think you missed. I think
Hold
you
on,
missed
Mr. Savage. Gotta let him finish.
Mr. Storm, I thank you for allowing me to come on your platform. You're a respectful host, brother. I just can't talk to them. They're just too out of control for me. I wish them well, though. I'm off the mic. Thank you.
You out of control because you got criminology. Sir, you out of control.
Listen,
because you don't know me from Adam.
John
you out of control. I've been living this for 10 years.
John Jalen, here is the deal. When you have a mother.
No, fuck that.
And see, that's when you have a mother.
No, fuck that. You criminology R.Kelly predator fan.
When you
but get the contract first, like so thirsty for money. She even went on to say in this series of sick text messages how her daughter should seduce R. Kelly and then have his child and marry him second, saying that her daughter is coming to her saying, I'm catching feelings. I know it's not right. He's much older than me, but you know, I'm starting to feel things for him. And the mother starts to say, well, that's great. You know, in so many words, well, that's good. You can go ahead and marry him and have his kids and do all this stuff, but get the contract to marry him and have his kids and do all this stuff, but get the contract first. Like so.
Welcome to Big Vile Opinion. Moderators, with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. This channel is a negativity-free channel, drama-free channel, and we are here to push the message out. We will not be distracted. So with my permission, any negativity in the chat should be hidden from this channel. Welcome to Big Vile Opinion platform.
There's a haters. I don't have a message. I don't take my time to respond and to defend myself. Why would I do that? I'm giving you a microphone if I'm doing that. I'm giving you solace that you're in my life. I don't care. I really don't. So if it's been that way all my life, you would think that I'm used to it. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, and I keep going. So I'm good with that, man. I'm good with that. This is a comfortable place for me.
You'll never meet. That's what changes me. Like Dr.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Big Vi, back with another live video, man. If you didn't hit that like button when you came in, make sure you do so before you leave. But I'm back with another live video, and today we got a conversation. R. Kelly, the parents, who used who? Man, the streets is hot. The streets is popping like fish grease right now. We got Unc in the building, Lil Max, Skylife in the chat. What's going on? V White, what's going on? Laquita, what's going on? Larry, the Hawkins, what's up? What it do, man? The energy is there. Enthusiasm there. The evidence is there. What up? R. Kelly, the Predator fans. What up, though? What's going on, Lil Mac?
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, Big Vi, Uncle News?
Blessings from above. I got goodness all over me. I got goodness pouring out of me. I just got to spread goodness in the atmosphere so the haters can get some goodness. I'm blessed, nephew. I'm blessed.
Oh, yeah.
Way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. I'm way up, I feel blessed.
Everybody in the chat. Sky Life, what's cracking?
My sister Sky. I don't know how I call Sky my sister. I don't know. Sky look like she about in her mid-30s. I don't know how old Sky is. I don't want to call her auntie because she looks very young. You know. But Sky, I like Skylight because Skylight keep it real. Skylight had a hell of a panel over there yesterday, and I want to commend her for that yesterday. She had a hell of a panel over there yesterday on her channel. She had them real steppers from Chicago over there on her panel. And bruh, I'm talking about I enjoyed. listening to the conversation. And I most definitely enjoyed hearing women talk about this guy say way older than 30. I really enjoy hearing the women in Chicago talk about the different eras and the different times and the different things that were going on. Because, you know, they say I'm big country. I can't talk about chaos because I'm from the country. But I'm just a good old boy. I ain't meaning no harm. Never been in trouble with the law since the day I was born.
They're few.
Yeah, but they can't. What they gonna do with big country? Man, come on, man.
Hey, look, they got to just like it. They just got to move on with it. Just accept it. Just got to go ahead and accept it. You'll be all right.
I'm from the city. My aunt from the city. My sister Sky from the city.
Right.
My brother Jeff from the city. So I'm from the city. I got my people with me. What the fuck? Yeah. You better put your seatbelt on when you come from me, because your ass gonna have a wreck.
Gonna be a lot of turbulence.
Plenty of it. Plenty of it. Plenty of it. Shit. You do better by going after these parents.
Man. Yeah, boy. That seat getting hot, boy. That smoke getting hot for him, nephew. It's getting hot. It's getting hot.
Everybody, man. I need that Chicago panel from yesterday in here, man. I liked it, that shit. What you thought about that yesterday, Lil Matt?
Oh yeah, man, that was pretty good, man. You know, it's always good to get people perceptions of chaos in the situation, especially where they from where his own hometown, his own home city, because they know more about the climate, know more about the temperature, know more about them, and more closer up on them than anybody else can be up on him, because he really never left his city. So that's why I say it was perfect. It was a great one. And majority of the people that I've talked to, it's from Chicago or it's supporting them.
I say South Side. What side you on? Out there?
South side.
Okay, got me on the south side. Chi-Town got me on the southwest side. By the time I finish connecting, I'm gonna have all sides down. Somebody got me out in Inglewood. You know, they gonna have me everywhere, man.
Yeah, I grew up in Inglewood.
Oh yeah, they gonna have me everywhere, man.
Migrated from the south, from the west side. Yeah. I lived all over. I lived north, south, east, and west in the city. Suburbs.
Take me all over that thing, man.
Yeah, everywhere. Yeah.
So, man, you know, you see the topic, man. What R.Kelly, the parents, who used who? Man, this right here has been a conversation that's been going on for quite some time. And it has now resurfaced again. It has now resurfaced again. You know, out of all the discovery we have discovered and things that we have come to understand, is it safe to say, just in my opinion, that the savages really didn't even have a dog in the fight?
Correct.
In my opinion. And the only reason why I say that they didn't have a dog in the fight is because their daughter, she got with R.Kelly when she was 19 years of age.
Yep.
There's no such thing. Now, I can understand it. I can understand the concern. I can understand the concern, not speaking with your daughter, whatever situation may be. But at the same time, having a concern doesn't come with let me get it together what I'm trying to say. Having a concern for your daughter doesn't come with an ultimatum.
Right. And she never was in no danger.
Never in danger. Out
So I,
shopping, living her life.
so I question concern.
She on Melrose while I'm walking on the Mill Road.
Right.
You gotta look at the fact though, man, this young lady came out and did like 3 interviews with TMZ and said that she was fine. And not only that, you seen her and R.Kelly walking through the mall. She had a phone in her hand, and she was a grown woman. So that right there, within itself, says a lot. She made that choice not to communicate with her parents because they were trying to extort this man, bring this man down, and everybody want to believe that.
Well, Rob.
Was this so-called victim? She was not. Her parents want you to believe that they was trying to capitalize off the situation, that just like the Clares was, the Savage was too. They try to get a movie,
a reality show.
Show. Yeah, I meant to say show.
Yeah.
Not only that, Tim Savage had if I can find that video, I'll send it to you, Big Vi. Had a former co-worker. He worked at a car dealership. The man said, I don't know
R. Kelly. The guy with the glasses, right?
Yeah. He said, I don't know R. Kelly personally. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he do. But I know Tim Savage. He said Tim Savage came to work and told him if R. Kelly don't give him this such amount of money, he was going to go to the media and tell him that he got his daughter held captive. And that's what he did.
But you got to ask yourself something, and Lil Mac. And I did put the thing in the thing for anybody who want to hit the thing to come on the thing.
Hold on now, hold on, Big Vi, hold on.
But my question is this: do you feel we're just gonna focus on Savage right now? I'm just focusing on Savage. You know who it is. You got 120 hours.
I'll be back. I got to step away for a minute.
Okay. Well, look, Mac, do you feel if this would have been a regular dude, a regular Joe working a 9 to 5 in his 40s that would have met this 19-year-old girl and she fell for him, do you believe that these people aggression towards the relationship would have been the same? I can't see it. You can't make me believe it.
I think more so if their aggression towards him was because he didn't do what they wanted him to do. They didn't care about him dating her. They're just mad, like it's clear, like they was trying to get Jocelyn to become a singer too. But you clearly they can hear that they can sing, but they are not A1 scholar singers. That's what the problem. What it all boils down to for me, they wouldn't have made an issue with Cares if Cares would have been giving them money and giving them the life of luxury that their daughters have, but they didn't have a chance to experience that. That's what they're mad about. Their whole issue is they wanted something to gain out. They're looking at this like it's R.Kelly is this #1 R&B singer. Y'all date my daughter. Y'all got to give me something. Y'all got to break me something off or give me something to Savages want to hide that, try to stay clear and call the Clares out, but they're just as dirty as them because they wanted R. Kelly to invest in their boutique. They want R. Kelly to buy, take their underwear and for
lingerie line,
his underwear line, and support it on his tour. They wanted to promote his. He's got a tour called Black Panther. That's when the Black Panther album came out. And he did a Summerfest in Atlanta or something like that, and they needed panties, and they wanted him to use their store. And not only that, for Tim to be out here talking bad about R. Kelly, you had your underage daughter the middle daughter modeling those lingerie clothes, and Jocelyn modeling those clothes for your boutique. So he's just as like declared he was a conniving, scheming person trying to get ahead, trying to get money. It all boils down to money. And I'll yield back.
Yeah. So I asked, because he made the statement that he made the statement as a father that he never met R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? How is you as a father of these 3 girls sending your wife to go meet with somebody that you claim it was about business, as your wife claimed at the time she tried to separate the man from the music? Well, with the history that with the accusations surrounding this brother's name, as a father, I gotta be present. What you say, Jill? What up, Jill?
What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. Peace and blessings, all the brothers on the panel, everybody in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Just join this Sunday, getting some rest in, much needed rest. But yeah, I mean, it's just like Lil Max said. It was clear as day that they had an agenda from day one. You know, all these different deals they were trying to do, even proposed to, you know, was that them that proposed the deal? And
that's the other people.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, these people, for the simple fact, for them to even be having their daughter on stage with this man and leaving them, and then, you know, even had the younger one, you know, like putting them in that predicament shows, you know, what's the deal. And for them to be with this man for that amount of time, 4 to 5 years, and then you want to say something?
She said she been going through it right here. She said she been going through it for 10 years. Listen to this. What her crazy ass said.
So okay, now what?
Okay, I want to know
hold on, Mr. Savage. Hold on, Mr. Savage. Hold on, Mr. Savage. You don't let Westside finish. You gonna let him finish. Go ahead, finish your comment, Westside.
Well, I think you, Mr. I thank you, Mr. Storm.
Gotta let him finish.
Mr. Storm, I thank you for allowing me to come on your platform. You're a respectful host, brother. I just can't talk to them. They're just too out of control for me. I wish them well, though. I'm off the mic. Thank you.
You out of control. Because you got criminology, sir. You out of control.
Listen,
because you don't know me from Adam.
John
you out of control. I've been living this for 10 years.
John Jalen, here is the deal. When you have a mother.
No, fuck that.
And see, that's when you have a mother.
No, fuck that. To criminal R.Kelly predator fan.
What you been living for 10 years?
Exactly. You've been scheming for 10 years on this man.
You've been a damn alcoholic for 10 years. Probably longer than that. I yield back. I ain't gonna bash that.
They say they hadn't talked to their daughter in over 2 years. But she say she been living it for 10. So what the fuck the problem is? Why now? And I had asked the question. I see Anthony Clay came and gave an answer. I had asked if their daughter would have dated a regular Joe with a 9 to 5, and he was 40 plus years old, and their daughter was 19, would their energy have been the same? And to say no, Big V, I don't think they would have acted the same. And he never told them he was going to make their daughter a star. That was something they wanted to push him to do, and he wasn't having it. Right, because after she auditioned for him, after she did the audition for him, he left. Then she went off to college. Then she supposedly left college to went to be with him. But you look at a lot of this shit, man. Even if we go back to that Storm Monroe interview, you hear this woman, Mama Savage, say she pissed off because they stole her story. But I got a clip here that I'm gonna share with us from, man, shout out to Malicious Conspiracy for always, you know, dropping that raw over there. This is Malicious Conspiracy commentary. I don't own the rights to it. I'm using it for educational purposes only. But I want y'all to hear this.
Team Truth is Team Lies.
And what is going on with Mrs. Claire?
So you can go on with your Team Truth and it's Team Lies. And your daughter was there a whole year before we even knew about what was going on with my daughter. That's absolutely and you didn't correct. Do anything. That's absolutely and you didn't correct. Do anything. And you didn't do anything.
It says, August 2017, Tim is bullying Angelo to come publicly out and lie. Angelo was quiet.
Their parents are cowards. I'm calling it like it is. They are cowards.
Whoa, hold on. Y'all see that? This shit say 2017. This shit say 2017 now. We didn't hear about the Clary family until 2019.
Yeah, I think the plot was in motion even back to 2015.
Wow.
If they don't want to come forth, I'm calling them out.
Wait, what do you mean by I'm calling them out? Is it possible he already knew that they was lying on Kels and they was setting them up too?
What happened was this, right? And it's kind of like what we was talking about yesterday. They knew that they couldn't do nothing about their daughter being in the situation, but for some reason, somehow he got wind that he must have got wind that this girl was not 18 years old. In order for him to come at them the way that he came at them. Because if not, you gotta look at it now. I want you to just listen to me and just tell me what y'all think. Because why would he be attacking that family like that?
Right.
If she was grown, then the Clarys would have been in the same situation as him.
Right. He needed them to come forward to combat that story because really Tim made all his shit up. Tim the one started all that defecating them buggers they can't eat and all that shit with Jay Griggs and because remember when they were talking to that pastor Jamal Bryan, he said we had to change the age, we had to come up with a new narrative because the old narrative wasn't working because everybody knew Kels after the 2008 trial, which we all knew though he was smart enough, he was checking IDs and these women was of age. Mm-hmm. So what he did was, like he said, Jerry, we had to change the narrative of hey, these girls ain't eating, they chained, they locked in rooms and all that shit. But then like we go back to the transcripts of each trial, none of that never happened. So all that was a lie. So Tim kicked all that off him along with Jerry Griggs. But to make it even more spicy, they needed the Clarys to come along to join the plot. But the Clarys didn't want to come along because they knew they had their own little plan trying to set this man up to extort him. Because if they would have came forward, that would have hurt their chance to get money out of Kels. So the Savages kind of spoiled their plans when they came out, and that could be the reason why Tim and Angelo, got their falling out going on.
And not only that, though, they understand them coming out. You got to understand when you are committing a criminal act, you are putting yourself at risk of becoming a goddamn criminal. You putting yourself at risk because just because you feel like you trying to set somebody else up, you can get caught up in your own setup. So 9 times out of 10, they might didn't want to come out and speak because they ain't want to get caught up in what they were trying to do because then they can get caught on extortion charges.
Yeah, shout out to my sister Shamika Williams in the chat.
What's up, Shamika?
It was a lot to get the public outrage exactly because they knew they didn't have a leg to stand on legally because their daughter was well above age.
Mm-hmm. And what I told y'all a long time ago, I said when you think about the allegations against R.Kelly, the whole world watch what happened in Cleveland, Ohio, when Ariel Castro, the next door neighbor, I was sitting on my porch. eating a Big Mac, and I heard a bunch of kicking. I went over there, and I seen somebody trying to get out, and I kicked the door, and the girl came out and said, "Hey, I'm Amanda Berry. I've been kidnapped." He say, "I knew it was when a white girl ran to a black man's arm. Dead giveaway." But this man in Cleveland, Ohio was running a real cult. He had 3 women in a house, chained up. These girls went through pregnancies, miscarriages, all type of shit. This man put these young ladies through all type of torture in Cleveland, Ohio. This shit was all over the news, everywhere. So now you got an image already out there. So you come out against R.Kelly and say R.Kelly is running a cult. He got women chained in the basement, chained. Now the first thing people gonna see is the shit that they just saw in Cleveland, Ohio. Damn, he treating girls like that. Now everybody, it's the emotional attack. The media attack the public on their emotions versus the facts of this shit. And that's just how this world, everything that all of this shit comes back to, they had to make this shit relatable to something. And the fact that they had that story, that shit wasn't even that old with that Ariel Castro shit in Cleveland, Ohio, when he kidnapped them girls for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That shit wasn't that old. So then you come back, they were saying this man had a cult. They put the pictures out of the handcuffs and the shackles, and this man had these girls chained to radiators and all type of shit. And then you come out and say R. Kelly doing the same shit?
Like that.
Media manipulation. What up, Crux?
What up, brother Muse? Peace and blessing.
Yeah, I'm back. I had to step in the rail yard for a minute. We had to something that had went down, so I had to take care of something.
Oh yeah, 2 things that people should revisit when as it pertains to these parents is that I Admit song is one.
Mm-hmm.
The highlight those lyrics. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me it's okay, and then get mad when it don't go your way because your agenda is to get paid. He told you right there. And as it pertains to all of the propaganda and false narratives, revisit that Gayle King interview.
Yeah.
When Gayle King asked him, so that interview hit different now.
Everybody was saying he shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have did it. I say, man, everything he did in that interview, I felt he was telling the truth. I say, I can understand. It resonated with me because I'm a man. I know how we express ourselves when we know that we telling the truth.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't give a damn. Now, when we lying, it's different. But when we telling the truth, we willing to go to goddamn above and beyond because we talking in our conviction at that moment. We know what we saying is true.
Right.
And how can somebody like with how he was speaking, coming from with all that passion, the man literally broke down in tears and wept. It take a lot for a 50 man just to break down and cry like he did on her. She was trying to bake that out when she interviewed him, gonna get him to confess he did these things, but he came over to tell this truth and say, "Hey, I didn't do this stuff. I didn't do it." It's like, that's probably why everybody keep talking about he need to answer about what he did, why he don't do interviews, because like every time he tried to speak out and tell the truth, people wouldn't believe him. So why the hell should I do an interview? That's probably why that's what he was getting offended of, because Gayle King didn't even believe the man. He was telling, and when she would ask him a question and then he'd respond back with an answer, it made perfect sense and how he explained it and how he did it. To me, I feel like he was being 100% honest.
But she was already tipped off, before the interview. And then for her to come out and say, before that interview, the person who she talked to before she conducted the interview, this dude have a problem with Kels too. all these people that's connected to having problems with R. Kelly or dislike him for him not wanting to work with them or whatever the reason may be, how all of these people become in concert with each other. You know what I'm saying? Then he go to court. Oh, he don't show no emotion. R. Kelly, damn if he do, damn if he don't.
Exactly.
Right. That's why I said they want to do interviews, because once he do an interview, he broke out and cried. They were like, they did memes about it and shit, picking at him. Then if he would just been nonchalant and like they would say, oh, he guilty, he did it, because he ain't been crying, he ain't saying he's sorry or nothing.
Yeah. But see, I'm with Shamika on this one. She knew that man was telling the truth, but she was used as a puppet to because they needed a black face.
Man.
Yeah, they needed a black
you
face.
seen the rage she got after that interview?
Exactly. They needed a black woman to do that. So she was the token negress that came on and fulfilled that agenda. And she got, like Vi just said, she got a huge stipend after that interview because she did what the powers that be told her to do.
Same shit with Oprah doing bringing them boys on talking about Neverland shit. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all gonna be interviewing sexual assault victims, or y'all gonna be going back and looking over shit dealing with R. Kelly and Michael Jackson, why y'all ain't going over and reviewing these motherfuckers that Harvey Weinstein dealt with? Why y'all ain't reviewing these other goddamn people from Walt Disney who's facing these sexual assault charges? We just seen Danny Masterson. We just saw Danny Masterson get sentenced to 30 years. You ain't heard about that shit on CBS nowhere.
Because Harvey Weinstein guys and all those Steens people, you know what I'm saying? They check some master. They pay and get to go after people like R. Kelly and Michael Jackson and all these people that's of our color, so they can take the heat off them. They're truly the ones that's doing this shit. These Disney Channel people, and these Weinstein people, they're the ones raping these women in indiscreet, sleeping with these women, holding it, storing them to have sex, doing all this weird type of creepy shit. If you notice, right before the Jeff Epstein shit happened, when he got young himself, he had a list of all those people that was on that island.
And that's alleged. And we're gonna say alleged to that. We still ain't seen no dead body.
But yeah, that's what it is. Like Jeff said, Gail and Oprah was the ones that were chosen to do this, because if there was a sister from the hood or in the average Joe or like a little small little platform, they couldn't do it. All it was, the interview was to do was further to bring them down, because you gotta look at this too. Gayle King and Michael Avenatti were good friends, and you gotta look at all this also. Oprah and Harvey Weinstein are good friends, so you will never see anybody like that do an interview with those accused on that. But that's sad. That's sad though, from what they did to that man. Though, but I'll fall back.
Oh yeah, it's like see, she's spot on again. They use them token Negroes and Negresses, like Gayle King, like with the Kobe Brown situation. As soon as that man passed away, why would you come on and ask Lisa Leslie about those rape allegations?
Disrespect the woman now. Disrespect that woman.
And I don't think Kobe was there for a week.
Shit, it was a day. Probably like 2 days later, man.
And Snoop Dogg, like when he called her out, he should have stand firm, because he had Louis Farrakhan backing him. Louis Farrakhan was saying, "Hey, I don't condone nobody calling no woman no dog-head B, but I felt Snoop where he was coming from, and he was right. Call these people out. Stop. That's what we got. These people, y'all got platforms. Y'all famous. Y'all making millions of dollars. Y'all the one generating these people. These people and these elite people making this money. These record companies money, and y'all ain't got no voice to stand on. Like, what are y'all for?
Man, them people don't want to go back. They don't want to go back and relive. They don't want to go back to live a certain way. You get what I'm saying? See, the only person that had the courage to stand up to the media was Kanye West. And when Kanye West did it, it was nothing but a bunch of black people all over the world saying, this nigga crazy. This nigga lose his mind. Right. Send him to the mental institution. He ain't been right since his mama died. But the nigga, he sat there and exposed the whole play. Everything that happened to this brother, he told y'all, watch what they do to me. I'm going to show y'all who we are dealing with. The red media and the power that these people have. A man to be worth $11 billion today, and by the night, this man ain't even a billionaire no more. They done took everything away from him. So you talk about like Snoop or any of these other celebrities, LeBron James, all these people that's the upper echelon, top tier, that 1%, man, them people, they understand that those folks have the power to wipe everything from under them.
Yeah, right. That Me Too movement. Oh, go ahead, bro.
Oh, my bad. You go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, that Me Too movement, people, man, they come after some of the most powerful people in this country. And look what they took them down. So a lot of people scared. That's why Snoop fell back and apologized. Because that they like, man, that Me Too movement, once they get on your heels, you know what I'm saying? They did that to Harvey Weinstein. Oh my God. That know how much power he had. So it's like, you know, once they get on your heels, that's why a lot of these people not speaking up for kills. You know, that's a powerful machine right there. They got
They got a lot of backing. And the biggest backing, they got George Soros funding this shit.
So what they're gonna take is though, it's gonna take a collective group of rich black men to stand up, because as long as they don't stand up, it's gonna keep happening. They're gonna keep getting brought down.
Exactly. Ask yourself this, little Mac. What do you call a rich black man? Are you rich as in money, or are you rich as in assets? What assets? Because if you own assets, then they can't take nothing away from you. But if they own the shit that's making you rich, then guess what?
Facts. Big fact.
Right.
Yeah, Snoop was right, shoot. She is a funky dog head. He should have stand on it.
Stand on that.
Let me ask you this, Jeff. Let's say you got an album that you want to put out in the summer of next year. In order for you to get that album out, walk us through briefly with the label, the money, the advertiser, all of that. Why is that important to have those stuff in place in order for you to get that album out on time next year in the summer? I'm going somewhere with this.
Oh yeah, you know, just doing it independently. With me and my cousin, we have our own label, so you have to put together your budget. You got to have, like you said, you got to get certain things for advertising, for social media in place. Recording, you got to go to a studio, and once you're done with the writing process or what have you, you're recording. Not only do you got to record it, you got to have it mixed, you got to have it mastered, and then so you got all that in place, and then you have to get your artwork, for the album cover. You have to whatever producers or producer you working with, you have to draw up the paperwork to make sure that they get their points, you get your points, and then for that particular year, you have to, whatever distribution sites that you're going through, you got to put it in a timely fashion so it will be released on that date ahead of time.
Right, so let me backtrack with you. Okay, let's say you don't have the financial backing, and every step setting it on, you run into a deadhead roadblock, and you don't see nothing in sight. Also, you're not able to get your message out as far as advertise so people can know you got something coming out. How critical are those two? Now, you're talking from experience, but I want you to speak in hypothetical, not so much your personal, but draw from your experience. You follow what I'm saying?
Got you.
Also, Jeff, talk about, make sure what I'm talking about is a good point, but make sure you talk about the different eras, because now it's not like it was. It's different now than what it used to be.
Absolutely. Yeah, see now it's a lot easier. It's a lot cheaper, but you don't reap as much money from it. So because of the streaming act. But back when it was CDs and stuff like that, it probably cost more to duplicate your product, but now it's a lot easier to upload it. But if you don't have the money, that's the number one. You gotta have a budget. So for an artist that's trying to, like, for example, I use like Jay-Z when he was over I think that was over there in New York. What was that? When he was an executive over Def Jam, right? So when he became the executive over Def Jam, all the artists that were there, Method Man, Redman, DMX, LL, that's when him and LL kind of fell out because Jay-Z was, although he was an executive, he was still a rapper. So he was taking all of the finances and putting it behind him and his label, his personal label, which was Rockefeller. So they didn't have a budget. So their albums got shelved. You talk about Method Man, DMX, LL, was the only one that really kind of spoke out about it. And then, so if you want a label and the label is not putting that in, those resources behind that artist, then you're gonna get shelved. You're not gonna have any emotion, and your album is definitely not gonna come out.
Super raw. It's a super raw. It's a device is not connected. So whatever you're doing, your device not connected.
Yeah, to touch back on the parents, man, to be spread up and down with y'all about this situation, they are the reason that man is in this situation, and because they allow some money to get in rule their mindsets and let these puppet masters that won't care to get the money use them. Because what situation does Tim have to fight with? Your daughter was of age. She had a phone. She went to TMZ, said, "Dad, I'm fine. I'm good." And y'all know I've been calling you. I've been reaching out to y'all every time I get on the phone with y'all arguing. Then you go to the Clarion lady. She did an interview, said I had a phone. Y'all know y'all been talking to me all this. So what's the purpose of having surviving R.Kelly then? And why y'all coming out when y'all knew that if people would have peep game, they knew they were liars. Because what's the issue? Why y'all keep coming out when these young women said they had phone, they was in contact with their parents all this time, and they kept on going to media because they was getting money out of this. It's somewhere if somebody told them, y'all keep going doing what y'all doing, y'all gonna get paid. Because at some point you gotta say, okay, if you really cared about your daughter, cared about your child, you would say, okay, I'm gonna back off. I see she fine, she got phone, she eating, she look well. Because that shit Savage said to me, she looked skinny and bony. Jocelyn looked to me from the time she with Kels, she was with them before she got, because she was a skinny, frail little young lady. But then when she did the Gayle King, it feel like she done picked up some weight, got a little thicker. I don't know if they what it was. In the Clara girl, she seemed like she was a little bony, but then she got thicker. These girls was eating good, taken care of. They were getting. It came out in court. They were getting $5,000 a month. So wasn't nothing wrong with those women. That's if you ask yourself this, if there was truly something wrong with them, why they weren't trying to come home? Like it went, because if they was going through all that, getting beat and doing all that shit, them girls wouldn't have stayed. They would have left. It was the reason they was up, because they was getting that money. And then on with that, you got these parents saying they couldn't eat, they couldn't starve, but everything that they was coming out, you know what I'm saying, in the courthouse was contradicting the whole long lifetime scenario. But I fall back.
Yeah, so just where I was going with that, Brother Jeff, help me out. We mentioned the name already, George Soros. Who is that person linked to? You follow what I'm saying? Who is that person linked to? Are this group really concerned about the the horrible things that happen to our women in this country are that these groups, we know the groups, I ain't need to say their names. I don't think you know that. Are they really concerned about the humanity? Are they really concerned about that? Could they have been really that powerful if they didn't have financial backing like that was also tied into politics?
What they
So
did
are we
was
still living in a modern day slavery? You think, Brother Crutch and nephew? I believe we are very much so.
they did what any other the Me Too movement, Black Lives Matter movement, they did to the black community what the liquor store did, what the fast food restaurants did, what the shopping malls did, what the car lots did. That's all they did. They ain't do nothing to the black community. No, they came and preyed on the black community weakness.
That's where I'm going.
They manipulated the black community. They want you to think that it was about these young black women and all that, but now there was an agenda to get paid. Like, you got to ask yourself, when did society start giving a damn about young black women? We ain't
gonna say society. We gonna not say society, because we know in the black community care about the black community. But when did we start looking to white people to fucking come and protect us?
That's what I was getting. I'm saying as society, I'm talking about as a whole in general, white society, if I can correct myself. Because like if you look at it, it's clear as day you had these situations where they was breaking the black families up because they didn't want the black families to be together, because the black families that had money and had a working household, a man that was working and a wife that was working, they was funding the civil rights movement. So they had to break everything up. Like JoJo always said, these people be planning 10 years, 20 years ahead. But like for them to even, they know our weaknesses and our strengths. We want people to feel sorry for us, and they knew that, and that's what they used. Well, we're gonna spread this agenda by saying these young black girls. But if y'all were truly for young black girls, why are there no justice for people like Shaquilla and Kanika Jenkins and all these young black girls that been
Sandra Bland
Sandra Bland. Now they go to show that y'all been scammed.
Excuse me, y'all. I gotta step away. I'll be back.
All right.
Okay.
That was a great point about Brother Muse, and a great conversation starter, because we got just in Chicago alone over 600 missing black women and children. But these organizations would spend all their money and resources to come after an R&B singer over basically people that were chasing him as groupies, his girlfriends and groupies. We paying taxes on y'all spending all this money to go after an R&B singer that ain't did nothing no different than any other entertainer.
Right.
But
the thing, when you get done, I'm gonna piggyback on what you saying when you get done.
Okay, yeah, I'm almost there with it. Just all these organizations that are funded by people like George Soros, and it's an agenda. But what is the agenda? I yield back.
Well, I think the agenda is not more so. I think the agenda is more so you're going to either get down or you're going to lay down. And when we talk about getting down and lay down, Kanye West exposed it. He said these people don't want you believing in Christ in this certain particular place in the world. You can't be a part of this group if you believe in God. They don't want you to praise. They don't want you to believe. They don't want none of that. They want you to worship them. They want you to worship them. They want you to worship the money. They want you to worship those nice houses, those cars, the jewelry, different shit. And have we ever just sat back and asked ourselves, why do black entertainers why do black famous entertainers feel like, damn, you became rich, you successful, you got #1 hits on the radio, but you feel like that's still not enough. You feel like people are still not seeing you to the point to where, guess what? You go and spend millions of dollars in jewelry. Because you done made it, but you making it to the top, you're not okay with just making it to the top. You don't feel like you are successful enough until you put on all of this other shit that you feel makes you feel like you're rich. Because when we look at the other side of this shit, when we look at our artists, and I'm not gonna say it's all of our artists that look that way, because I like a person like J. Cole. You know, you don't see J. Cole carrying himself in a certain way. You know, you see Jay, the more mature Jay got in the game, you see he started to change. You know, you go away to the plane. So for us, what I'm saying, what that does to the people on the come up, when you got a person out there that made it to the top, they buying all this jewelry. Now you got new rappers coming in the game. They signing deals to artists for $100,000 in a chain, $50,000 in a chain, $50,000 in a watch. This is what you feel your artistry is worth, $50,000 in a chain. And then if something go bad with you and this artist that you signed to, then guess what, Jeff? You gotta get a chain back. That's in the contract. This shit is so crazy, bro. And you gonna have artists like, man, the shit that they did to Chaos, man, I just look at that shit as Chaos is he's one of the few real artists that was left out here, man, that did it his way. They didn't like that. They couldn't handle that. Then, like I said, they wanted him to become Hollywood. Chaos wasn't going for that. Chaos said, I'm too Chicago for that. Like they say, who did he piss off? How did this happen? But for these parents to do what they did, we're talking about something. They were way dangerous than the Me Too people were. I'm gonna play this clip through all the way through with Tim talking about this is how Tim and Jimmy Neutron, which I call him, Gerald Griggs, changed the narrative right here. They used the other family to change the narrative. Hold on, I gotta share the audio. That Savage family used the other family to help change the narrative. That was their biggest problem. That was the biggest issues that the Savages had, was that their daughter was grown.
What
is team lies.
And what is going on with Mr. Clarence?
So you can go on with your team truth and it's team lies. And your daughter was there a whole year before we even knew about what was going on with my daughter.
That's absolutely correct.
And you didn't do anything.
That's absolutely
And you didn't
correct.
do anything.
And you didn't do anything. Their parents are cowards. I'm calling it like it is. They are cowards. And if they don't want to come forth, I'm calling them out. Jim DeRogatis called and said, y'all need to do a press conference from Mr. Sylvester
Jim Directors called him.
Kelly's house.
We're gonna see what happened. So I'm just informing everybody, this is R.Kelly house, and this Savage.
And I said, which one? He said, the one that where the girls are being held. It wasn't the big house.
The press conference was staged. Jim and the reporter is directing him where to go, what to do, and what to say.
Yeah. It's like you said.
Whether Miss Kelly was there or not, we didn't know. But we was on the point of trying to see where those girls was, and we was gonna hold a press conference in front of his front yard. It was me, my wife, and my 2 girls, and you had a shot.
That dude is a damn liar, bro. Like,
why you got your? Hold on, little Mac. We're gonna let this get through, and we're gonna get on it. But why you got your young daughters at a press conference about some adult shit that's going on? But we're gonna let the video finish.
Asante McGee, this woman right here with the braids, now that's her boyfriend behind her, and that they actually coached her on what to say and how to say it. And when you watch the press conference, guys, it does appear that Joycelyn Savage's father is coaching her on what to say.
Now, Mr. Clare was supposed to have been there. Mr. Clare wasn't there. I talked to Mr. Clare when I got back to the house, and Mr. Clare was doing some things on Twitter. He didn't come to the press conference. Like he said he was going to be there, but he did help on Twitter.
Angelo was on Twitter, did not go to the press conference to claim his daughter is hostage.
And your daughter was there a whole year before we even knew about what was going on with my daughter.
That's absolutely
and you didn't
correct.
do anything.
Tim. So stop threatening people with, oh, this open investigation. Oh, you don't understand what's going on. I got lawyers. I got good lawyers. You got to worry about when you do understand this. It's falsifying documentation, lying, going under oath, and
so they say Angelo confirmed Tim Savage committed multiple crimes in this whole setup against R. Kelly. 1, falsifying document. 2, lying under oath, which is federal crimes.
oh, and I could keep naming the shit that probably gonna come back. Go have a conversation with Greg. Tell him get ready for the wrath, cause y'all got a lot of defamation of characters and disrespect and threats. Tell him you got all types of threats. So, but then they put up this now that, I better be careful and keep the savages. They're gonna drop the tapes. Please drop the tapes. And I'm gonna show you the difference between me and everybody else. I'm gonna show you that recording somebody in the state of Atlanta, Georgia, is not legal. So
Angelo threatened to sue Tim Savage if he released any recording of their private conversation. Angelo was fooled by Tim to lie on R. Kelly.
That being said, it make you wonder if he ever wanted to come out publicly. If you
see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome everybody coming in. It seems as though Tim Savage was pushing the needle, and Lowe was kind of laying back like, shit, man, I really ain't trying to do this shit.
Y'all gotta peek this out. They had 2 different scams going on. The Clave scam was to extort R. Kelly with their daughter. Tim's plan was to come out to the media and extort Kelly to get money out of him to go to the media and say he got his daughter held captive, held kidnapped. Because if you peek back what the co-worker said Tim was gonna go to the media if R. Kelly didn't give him no money. So they had 2 different schemes going on. If one would have
But the thing was too though, Lil Mac, Angelo's scheme didn't involve Tim. Tim, the one scheme involved Angelo.
Yeah. That's what I said. He needed Angelo. But Angelo had his own thing going. That's like, go back to what Jeff said. That's why he didn't want to come out. Because he would have came out. his plans would have failed. He couldn't extort Kells no more, or try to anymore. So, but when he just gave in and just said F it when his daughter, start rocking with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seemed like, you know, the Savages, their thing seemed to involve the media and, you know, all that type of stuff. So to get what they were trying to achieve, their methods were different. It seemed like the Clarys were trying to do more things behind the scenes to get some money out the deal, whereas the Savages were trying to get some type of, you know, publicity, maybe a television, you know, one of those reality shows or something. You know what I'm saying?
And then look at who he say was pressing him. Listen to who they say was pressing Tim Savage. Jim DeRogatis. Mm-hmm. So who was Jim taking instructions from to press the Savages to do these interviews and press conferences?
I would like to know
that. Avenatti. It's the reason why Lowe didn't show up to them press conferences. Tim just said he was supposed to be there.
You gotta also look at Sheriff Mack and Santa McGee was helping Tim Savage too with their lives.
Right. Sheriff Mack was the one from the famous conversation with Joy when she talked about the interrogation when she went home to visit.
And the Santa McGee, she was mad because Kells them kicked out the entourage. She wouldn't even date Kells. She was dating one of the bodyguards. So I heard that she got caught stealing. So they plotted. She seen that the Savages was trying to reach out to their daughter. So what she did was took the lies that the so-called lies that she made up and went along with the Savages.
Whoever had all these motherfuckers that was around R. Kelly that participated in these documentaries and different things, they were all for sale, man. The highest bidder, that's who they went to.
How did they get access? That's my reason. How did these persons get started? How did this one down in the doggone jungle and just select it? You know, how these jokers, that's my thing.
Yeah. This is like, oh yeah. It's just like we were saying about the Gayle King interview when he said, I wasn't looking for a Joycelyn Savage. I was doing my show. Right. And the father said, make sure that she's like knew somebody to make sure she's on the stage.
Now ask yourself this right there, Jill. How is it that this is what R. Kelly said about Joycelyn Savage. How did the same exact situation transpire with the Clarys?
Right.
As far as the daughter being put on stage.
Right.
We gotta look into the fact, how did they even meet? How did Joycelyn meet Kells? She met him through them. They brought their daughter to him.
I remember that photo
because if you look at the fact that Mama got mad when they said Kells wasn't doing nothing with her career.
I wish I could find that clip from that. We could play it or something, man. Because I'm telling you, if you go back and revisit that interview, or go back and listen to I Admit, it really it tell you everything that happened. It's a great refresher to remind you of things that we may be forgetting, but it tells a story. Yeah.
Yeah. That might be something interesting we can do and break it down and stop it. That way, you know what I mean? We don't have to have no issues, nephews. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And
people breakdown. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
People should have known that the Clarys were lying when nobody could produce Valerie Payne or any type of information on Valerie Payne, who Valerie Payne was. When he said she was somebody from the label, and then how you come out here talking about the label when y'all was in contact with R. Kelly personally about doing the song? That don't even make sense. Then he gonna say when Gayle King did the interview, he said, Why do you put your daughter's hands in Valerie Payne? But he said they want R.Kelly. Who is Valerie Payne?
Exactly.
Well, we just heard that. I mean, I'm not sure, and it's just allegedly from Master Splinter said that person don't exist.
Right? Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was being sarcastic. I was like,
yeah.
who is Valerie Payne then? She don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is what happened with the Clarice right here. I think this is just me. This is what I think happened with them. Is when she said this right here, I admit I started developing feelings for him and went from being excited to be around R. Kelly, the celebrity, to falling in love with Robert, the person. That was it for the mom and daddy. The mom and daddy told her about R. Kelly, but when she got around him, she saw something totally different. They thought that R. Kelly would have treated this girl like shit. That's what they prepared her for.
That's what they was banking on.
That's what they was banking on. When she got there, she realized, hold on, this difference. Oh, no, She cut their ass off. And once she cut them off, then it became a problem. But the whole time the mama was able to coach her, it was different. You see, the mama told her in the text messages, say, when the mama getting every message that Kel sent to her, every message Kel sent to Jane Doe number 5, the mama is getting it. The mama responded, but she's sending a text message to Jane Doe number 5 and telling her to copy and paste it, don't forward it, so he won't know that somebody else is sending these texts for her.
See, that's why the government withheld those text messages. It didn't come out until Jennifer got them, because think about it. I don't understand, like, y'all got these text messages. There's no way these parents couldn't have been brought to trial to testify, because it's clear as day right here that showed that this man, from the federal government, that was being very smart with their situation, what they were doing. They didn't want this to come out, because if this was to came out, that would have debunked everything, and the jury would have looked at Jane Doe number 5 different.
And it's so crazy to me that, like, with this case with Kels, we got Sister Skylife up here too. Now, how did that, like, we just never seen a case like this come about, and you got the federal government really condoning all of these goddamn press runs, these interviews, the news, these pitching these reality shows, these red carpet MTV awards. This shit is that the government is backing this shit. I just never seen no shit like this, bro. Like, like this man, but like I was, me and Unc and Jeff was talking about the other day. All this shit also, we gotta also understand the level of retaliation that the government has against R. Kelly.
Right.
You beat us, then you put out a number 1 hit while we was in the midst of your trial. You go out and put out a number 1 hit, talking about putting your key in the ignition.
That's why they locked him up, because everything was strategic. They had to lock him up. They had to mute him in order to secure a conviction, because if he was out and he had his music in rotation, people would have been supporting him. They would have been the government could have got away with this. People would have been out there protesting at the beginning, doing rallies about this shit. It would have reached millions. That's why a lot of shit is being withheld from the mainstream media. Their only agenda is to destroy this man and me. That's the only way they would have got a conviction. No surviving R. Kelly, there would have been no case, because the damn Homeland Security people said that the only reason they was interested in the case because they watched the damn Lifetime documentary.
Shit, that's what the state's attorney said. Kim Fox said. Everybody said there wasn't no investigation prior to that documentary coming out. Now, I do know that the Jane Doe number 5 she was doing grand jury interviews. You know, she was giving the grand jury statements. Oh, she gave statements after the 2008 trial. They tried to bring this tape back at least 3 different times.
Right. You got Kim Fox on national television soliciting victims to come forward without an investigation, without an open investigation.
Man, that tape, I'm telling you, bro, they didn't even have no tapes with Kells and Jane Doe #1 on there to me. They showed the damn girl still shots. And Damon Proud testified to not Damon Proud, what the man that Keith Merrill testified? Keith Merrill testified to the tape that he seen was consenting adults on them. How the fuck y'all sitting there saying that this young lady was on the tape, but y'all just throwing us still images of the tape, but then y'all didn't allow Jennifer to verify the tape. The judge, Leonard Webber, said, long as she coming in testifying to the tape, that she on the tape, that's all we need. That's bullshit, because she could be in that line after she done got hooked up with this boss baby lady, and she coerced her to, hey, we're going to get you Section 8 and immunity, and it's a possibility you can get $13 million of restitution money. That's right there. That's enough motive right there to change her story, because like you just said, Big Five, she went to the grand jury 13 to 14 times, said she went on the tape. They had to find a way to coerce her to testify. That's the only way he would have got convicted in Chicago. He would have won if she would have came to court and said she went on that tape, because he already got quit of obstruction. But anywhere it go, though, he shouldn't even been charged because it's double jeopardy, however way you want to look at it.
Skylight, what's up, sis?
What up, Sky?
What's up, Skylight? What up?
Hey, y'all.
Skylight.
Hey, chat. Everybody on the panel. I just came up real quick. I just had a question. Because Lil Mac was talking about Valerie Payton, and I gotta ask y'all this. Because, you know, like Jeff was saying, yeah, it been so long, I done forgot some of the fine details. Where the hell did we get the narrative about Valerie Payton being a Sony executive?
Thank you.
Right.
Was that in the transcripts? Where was that?
That's Tim Savage.
No.
Clary came up with that lie.
That's Tim Savage made that lie up. The Savages.
Oh, they said that Valerie Payton was
120 hours.
Wow.
But see, Pimp Low them, they didn't really want to speak on who Valerie Payton was.
Right, they did.
They know the truth. So who had to make this Valerie Payton person relevant?
That is, so you saying it's the Savages? Okay.
Yeah. Well, you got your boy Master Splinter went over there on Unk Channel and said the person don't exist.
Yeah. That's crazy. Because I was just sitting here wondering that, because I said, because the next time I come, I said, I got to ask that, because where did that come from? I'm like, and I've been running it and repeating that, and I'm like, where did you get that from? That's why I had to think back. Who the hell, you know?
Well, who was the talent scout? Who was the talent scout?
Cheryl Mack.
Yeah.
Who, and why would he have 2 different people doing one job?
Right.
Who was booking the flights?
Because Cheryl Mack be the real Valerie Payton.
Right, because I'm saying, from what y'all tell me, have anybody heard of this lady doing anything, anywhere?
There you go, Lil Mac. Who was doing the booking?
Lil Mac cracked the code.
Either she's Cheryl Mack or Diane Copeland, because
and Diane testified, so
it ain't no way that she wasn't supposed to be a part of that trial. She played such an intricate part.
I swear to God, this is crazy, you guys.
I believe that Valerie Payton is Cheryl Mack. They just at this point it's R.Kelly, sis. You just make up a fucking name.
Right.
Real tight. But why she hasn't came out and been like, y'all quit saying my name? Like, why y'all got my name in this case?
They said she died.
I heard something like that. Now, is that true? Is the girl dead?
Hell no, she don't exist.
But wait, they said that she's Juice's mama. That ain't true neither?
No, Juice Bob. That ain't Juice Bob.
Mac, you better be playing with me.
Why Juice wasn't there to testify then? She would have came to court and said, better pay.
They got Juice. They got Reese. They got everybody.
Y'all about to make me find out now, because now I got to know Juice's real name, because I'm about to investigate that.
Forget Reese.
The federal government was very smart. They got the people they wanted in the court to testify. Just imagine if Juice would have came and Devereaux Cannon would have crossed.
They got, don't leave out nephew. Don't leave out nephew.
That's right.
He would have asked who Valerie Payne was. She would have said, Valerie Payne ain't my damn mama.
Then you got R. Kelly. R. Kelly now, they tell you how R. Kelly don't want his women walking around with revealing clothes on. He don't want them around people in the studio when he there. But he gonna go let nephew put some meat off in his girl. Come on, man.
That don't even make sense.
Right, that don't make sense.
I'm with Scout now when we need to put an APB out on Valerie, man.
We got to. It's crazy at this point.
But you know who know it? She said it. You remember Prima? We did a live with Prima and Niecy Mo's on here. Prima told who what's the name was? You just said not Reese, but the other name. Juice was, yeah.
She said who Juice was? Wasn't Juice Kells' friend?
That no supposed to have been a daughter or whatever, nephew or whatever. Man, this shit's so crazy.
But they were trying to say she wasn't matter. Juice wasn't matter.
They say Juice was sleeping with the girlfriends.
Yeah, I heard that.
Juice wasn't Juice and nephew. They went and slept with nephew. That was a punishment. I guess nephew was hung like a bull.
Like, what you did? What? Hey, nephew.
That's a man.
Nephew. But you see how they say shit like that to insinuate it's a cult. That's how they make it sound like it's a cult.
To spin the narrative.
Yeah, you got people in sleeping with these different people was a part of a discipline. But who gonna? I'm not finna discipline my girl when we get into it by telling another man come, put it on. Hell no, man. Both of y'all finna be you win your funeral or win his funeral.
Could you picture that though? Like you stole my watch. All right, when I get back, man, nephew gonna have to, man. Hey, I'm about to call my nephew right now because you already know what time it is. You stole from me again, nephew. He finna have to put it in the back door this time.
Lord have mercy.
It wasn't though, but honestly, when we look at this shit for real. If Skylife, my mom, and Skylife give me consent to go stay in my grandma's house, which is her mom, and say I'm giving my mom consent for my son to come stay here for the summer months, and I go out and commit a robbery, guess who's gonna be held liable for that? If I'm 16, 17, and I'm under the age of they could charge me as an, depending on the crime, you can get charged as an adult. Just say it's just simple shit. Is my grandma is gonna have to answer to that. Right. So you saying that this girl, y'all signed consent over to this woman, then y'all daughter was sexually assaulted under this woman's care, then how is she not held liable?
That part, big guy.
Don't exist.
Only way she not held liable is if she don't exist. Ain't no way. We talking about, I don't give a fuck about the federal government. CPS is worse than goddamn child support.
Right.
And you right, because guess what? She's supposed to have been on the trial talking about the Kells attorney should have been like, how did Azriel Jane Doe #5 get in contact with Kells if she was under your watch? That should have been part of the testimony.
Hell yeah, you gotta question that part.
Yeah.
How did she leave? How did she leave out of your parental vision?
Yeah.
For this period of time, for all this shit to happen. How did she end up here?
Yeah.
when she's supposed to be in here. That means you either gone at the goddamn casino and lost all your money, but the bus don't run until in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man, that's crazy, man.
I'm like Mac theory, man. I think Cheryl Mack wore a lot of hats. She was a criminal.
Well, she had a lot of animosity towards R. Kelly. And that was the thing with a lot of people that worked around. A lot of people around him really had hatred towards him because they felt like they weren't getting paid, but it wasn't his fault that they wasn't getting paid.
Why the fuck they got so much hatred towards them? Hell, they was stealing his money.
But they was mad. You see what she said about the Precious Way. She brought Precious Way. Then when she brought Precious Way, she wanted to get paid because she said she was a talent scout. So Precious Way recorded a song with Kels. She got a song with him that she featured on. But Cheryl Mack felt like she should have got a finder's fee.
Right.
This is the same woman who said that she made R. Kelly. This the same woman. Then you got to talk about the story she said in the memoir. That's why as Dana J got that paperwork, I wish I had it, bro. But she said in there, she booked flights for Jane Doe number 5 to come to Columbus, Ohio, or was it Cincinnati, Ohio, some part of Ohio, to a hotel resort where R. Kelly was having a concert at. This woman out her own mouth said that she was in the room.
Right.
Have y'all seen how this woman look? I couldn't have sex with her in the room with the lights off.
Wait, which woman? Which one?
Cheryl Mack.
No, I didn't get a chance
never
to see her. No, I
Man,
didn't.
she on an interview. It's a recording of her on YouTube when she on the phone with Joy. The woman looked like an old. She fat like.
Yeah. I remember that conversation.
But she said she in the room, Sky, y'all. She in the room when Kels come into the room and Jane Doe number 5 in there, and he pulled his pants down, and him and Jane Doe number 5 start having sex while she in the room.
My.
This is what Cheryl Mack said.
Yeah, that Cheryl Mack memoir is crazy because she was sitting up there saying that she brought Kels all these different artists, right?
Go ahead, Joe.
And every artist they brought was like young, or maybe, if they were grown, they were maybe 18, 19, but allegedly. And he allegedly molested all of them. The first time he molested one of them, for one, why you ain't called the police? And for two, why you keep bringing these women to this man and he keep molesting them?
You hear the play, though, Jill. You hear the play she said, though. When she brought older women around that she found, they didn't like R. Kelly. They thought he was disgusting. But all of a sudden, these young 17-year-old girls, They didn't have that type of thought process. But then we gotta also say this. We also gotta look at this. What did the lawyer tell him after the 2008 trial? He told him that he couldn't. He advised him not to work with no more artists under the age of 18. Why the hell was Cheryl Mack study going out looking for 16, 17-year-old girls?
But Cheryl Mack lying though, Precious Way was of age. She was 18.
Yeah, she was mad with Precious Way because Precious Way conducted her own business and didn't let Cheryl Mack pimp her. See, Precious Way she fucked herself out of the door. She allowed Cheryl Mack to get her kicked out.
Yep. And guess what, Kels? That's where you got to fault Kels at right there. He should have been done with ass right then and there.
Right.
Yeah, no. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting that link in the chat for me, Lady Earth B.
But see, like we said again, we go back to that Gayle King interview. Kels said right there, like, only thing I need help with is having a big heart.
Right.
Like, once somebody steal from you, like that what's that Lisa girl, and she come back with a baby, you still take care of this woman and her baby?
Now you
Come on
gotta
now,
ask
kid.
yourself, man. We all human on this panel. We all human on this panel, man. And we gotta ask ourselves, we probably can understand what it takes, the level of forgiveness that you have to allow somebody back into your life that has tried to bring you down. She stole the AP and took it to Keith, and Keith took it to the pawn shop.
Right. Then you gotta look at Kel. Remind me of the person that's in the hood that coming to a lot of money, and he get on. He popping bottles. Everybody coming to the crib. He throwing barbecues. And as soon the money, right, he got people stealing from him. He like, man, I don't care, man. We got money. We living it up. And as soon as he get broke, he in the jail. Everybody gone. All the money go. He might want a nigga in the hood that hit a big lick. Everybody want to kick it with him, hang with him. And when the money gone, they gone.
That's about right.
AP on the keys say, when I looked into the case, I saw how crazy it was. After research, it's evident that Doc was alive. Most definitely, man. That docuseries wasn't nothing but fucking opinions, man.
Right.
Nothing but opinions that they tried to make factual. So people talked about it, how they put the smoke on the string, the music playing in the background. You know, I sat here and looked at so much of this shit. Look how Tim Savage called all of these. Man, look how he talked about Faith Rogers. Then
that bitch line. I got 4 or 5 audios of that bitch line.
You can see I got their face saying it.
then look at the daddy. The daddy, these people are pastors, first lady of the church. Y'all involved in this type of bullshit?
And then every time somebody come by exposing Angelo, he threatened him. Yeah, you see how he do Cass Jones soon as she come by and say something, he be ready to expose this and expose that. Yeah, I'm gonna expose you. Then you got the Bobby guy came out. He did 2 interviews saying that the mama and Kels was obsessed with and Jane the number 5 was obsessed with Kels. It's like soon as these people come out, they want to get on Lifetime and like they some innocent parents, and then Angelo he'll get gangster on people. See how he just went at L. Like you be like these people crazy, man.
I ain't gangster, but I get a little Westwood.
I ain't gangster. I might get a little Westwood. Tasha Kelly, Bruce, you see that my wife sells some motherfucking R.Kelly.
However,
we need to have face. Declare, that's some clown. Jay don't want to be
I love that clip you just played. The R.Kelly Predator supporters.
R.Kelly Predator fans.
I can start using that. I promise you.
Fuck your psychological, whatever she said, psychology degree. I got a psychology degree. And he go, Tim, see what you have is a mother. When a mother give birth, shut the fuck up, man.
R.Kelly Predator supporters.
Y'all need to open this case back up.
You remember this guy? You remember this right here, Scott? Hold on, where is it?
That lady is funny.
Was 18?
You know what? And see, this is my thing because I'm watching everything that's going on, and don't none of y'all seem happy that like Kels is locked up. Like it's still
it's what you gotta understand with me. I'm still dealing with my daughter, my child, who's fucked up, and this is why motherfuckers like this old smart dummy over there, and that side chick, none of them can ever understand. Because they rock that shit all day long, keep saying ass this, that, this. Y'all keeping that shit going. Because if they didn't speak about it, it wouldn't be keep going. But they speak about it because you need channels, you need growth now, this and that, and that's fine. But don't get mad when I speak on something and it's about my life. Because y'all invading my space and making my life into a different type of lifestyle. Because now I got to watch the internet again, see what this shit is, watch my family. Because how this shit going with this motion, guess what? Azriel could be pulled back in on some shit because of life.
Wait. Why you say that?
Why you say real well? Because of the motions. Did you read the motion? Read the motion.
Okay,
How she
okay.
worded it.
I see what you're saying. So they
Exactly.
they might call her in and be like, "Did you get
Exactly.
the
Now
woo why?"
we need to exactly. Now
Yeah,
we need to hear
run it
this
back.
part and that part again.
Yeah,
Yes. So
I got.
now when she thinking she moving her life on, this dummy then dragged her in there because he want to be on his YouTube talking about,
Got you.
oh yeah, I got this, and we seen that, and you seen his father there, his mother there, this and that. Man, we was visiting. My wife never stayed at that fucking house. My son never stayed at his house. What the fuck is he talking about?
But you know they
Like,
might.
this shit goofy.
Oh, because they
Huh?
saying they might pull you too, because she ain't say your
Listen, I
name.
promise. Listen to me. I promise you they ain't gonna call me. Listen to me. I promise you.
Why would he be concerned if your daughter told her the truth? Why would he be concerned about her being pulled back into this?
Why you think so confident?
Because they're gonna expose him and his wife's plan and plot to extort this man.
Well,
set him up.
And plus, he don't want her pulled back in. Because you see what I'm saying? The more questioning that you do, you see what I'm saying? The more likelihood that some shit gonna come out that you don't want to come out. Because think about it. If the truth gonna stand alone, you could say it over and over and over and over again. Okay. But when you already know that you got some shit that's fabricated out there, you don't want her called in because she ain't gonna have total recall on some fabricated bullshit.
Right. That part.
So that's why you don't want her in there.
Why he ain't saying that right now?
This is why he ain't saying nothing right now, little Mac.
All y'all niggas going down, man. I'm telling on all y'all. Gee, you net. I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you. I'm telling on you. I'm especially telling on you, nigga. Gee, you.
Those are crazy.
Like, man, them text messages came out. That dude been quiet. He ain't been out here fighting, arguing nobody or nothing. Cause man, Angelo would have been out here going at somebody right now. They would have said something about him.
Everybody getting told on. Shit.
Right.
You, and especially you.
That never gets old. That never gets old.
Hilarious.
Now who sent you, nigga?
Nobody sent me.
Say another motherfucking word and this shit is over. And I ain't playing, nigga. Now, you ain't got no gun. But where the weed at?
I ain't got no weed.
Shut the fuck, shut. Did I say, no? Oh, shit. Say it again. Say something else. Oh.
Hey, we gonna make
You said my daughter at 17.
Hey, nephew. Hey, nephew. Play the one. 40 years. Play the 40 years.
And speak like he talk about how he put his penis in my daughter. Like who? Like man, bro, I'm a father. I got a daughter.
Nah, he did an interview. Said she got that nice butt from her mama. Nah, she got that nice butt from Kale.
I'm like, what the hell? Like, Sky, I can't see how a man could just talk about his like this. Your daughter, bro. This supposed to be your daughter.
Wait, he said that like somebody about putting some pain in something.
Oh, he said R.Kelly put his. He didn't say the pain. He said that the actual word in his.
Really?
Yeah.
He did a live talking about her butt. He was like, that she got all that butt from her mama. He was saying all that.
Ew. That I don't think that's proper.
Man, what about him taking the pictures of on the beach?
He's a stepfather, but still, that's supposed to be like a real action,
Man, I wouldn't know about, boy. I don't even want to think about my daughter. None of that shit.
Right. I don't see my dad saying, yeah, she got the butt from.
And that's the only reason he really was trying to her to come back. I think that's what's something going on. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Could be. You never know, these motherfuckers. At this point, when it comes to this chaos stuff, I wouldn't be surprised at nothing at this point.
And that's why I called out Tim and I told Sky Life yesterday. I saw Sky. When I say Tim need to admit what he did, you gotta look at Tim. You can't sit here and blame R. Kelly. Nigga, you gotta understand your daughter is a human being. Your daughter have feelings. Your daughter have emotions. Every daughter out here wish to look up to her father as a protector, as a provider, as a go-to person. When you going through shit with your nigga, boyfriend, husband, whatever. But for you to come out on national TV and tell the whole world that your daughter have a sexually transmitted disease, bro, come on, man.
Dude doing too much.
Thirsty, bro.
Victims heal. You gotta let man, y'all been talking for 40 years, lying on this man, and this man do one phone call with Corey Hope and y'all got them in an uproar. Y'all need to let these victims heal. You doing too much, bro. Ain't nobody else gonna speak out. I'm gonna speak out. Man, you don't sit your elder boys looking at
Man, I tell you, I talked about that motherfucker so much he cut that part out his head, man. I know he be watching me. I know he be watching me. And I don't have a problem, but the thing is, like I said earlier, I don't think if their daughter would have met a guy in his 40s who worked at a regular job 9 to 5, that they would have been out here trying to promote, trying to throw TV deals and different shit like that. They wouldn't have had a problem with it. But the simple fact that your daughter deal with R. Kelly, that's it. It's the R. Kelly effect.
Right. And then why he get mad at Kel Jocelyn? She of age, dating Kel, staying with Kel, mad about that, but ain't mad at the middle child daughter out of home, living out of state with another dude.
I mean, there's a what's her name? What Jada didn't want nothing to do with this shit, but she got a whole R. Kelly diss track. Make that make sense.
Right then, she before the page is talking shit, calling folks predators. She out doing press conference and shit. She trying to get on.
Yeah, that's clout. What they call it?
Clout chasing.
Yeah, that's pitiful. You don't like the guy and your whole family against him, but you're gonna make a diss record. Girl, sit down.
Ridiculous.
But you heard what she said. But Tim said, did it, Sky? Tim said that Big Greasy Derogatis, the one who came to him and told him that he needed to start doing press conferences in front of R. Kelly house.
Jim Derogatis set them out like some goof troops.
Tim got mad because Lowe wouldn't come on board with doing the press conferences. Right at first. Eventually he did. But at first it was supposed to be both of them. But you didn't see Lowe. Lowe eventually came once Tim kept calling them out pretty much.
Lowe only reason Lowe went because, like you said, Tim kept calling them out. And the daughter wasn't buying into that shit. She was already getting her money. So he's like, okay, I'm finna join them and get on this campaign and go after him. But they didn't thought they was gonna get exposed. They didn't think that those people had those text messages and all. They didn't think all that was gonna come out. Everybody didn't even think this man was gonna even be facing time. What it all boils down to is they mad, they want money. Because if they truly wanted him to go to jail, all these accusers would have went to the police station, like he said. And they didn't go. Everybody watched that documentary, and that's how they tried to pursue charges. They had to watch that documentary because wasn't nobody, you know what I'm saying, pressed. These women was in this shit to get money, and they scorned and mad. They didn't want him to go to jail. They even told the lady that produced Surviving R. Kelly they didn't want this man to go to jail.
Yeah, JP said she wanted to get her money back.
They told the judge that when they asked, like, do you want him to be in jail? All of them said nah. Remember, what's the lady that did the documentary that Jay-Z used to mess with? Dream Hampton, yeah.
Dream Hampton.
She did an interview.
But did you hear? Also, we all heard that in the trial, right? During the trial, we all heard that the Simmons woman tried to buy the damn tape, the sex tape.
That means there wasn't no minors on them.
Exactly.
Why would you try to buy a sex tape?
And then
that's
they be
supposed
making
to be child pornography.
And they be making it seem like Chaos don't be responding to these people, and he ain't defending the shit. He wanted to defend it, but the lawyers told him not to. They told him to sell it. Like, you go back to what Jeff said. He said it and then I admit something. He said, my lawyers wanted me to sell this, even though it's bullshit. Kelly, protect your career. Because
same shit with Bill Cosby.
Jennifer Bonjean wrote in the first month of the Chicago trial, Kel said, I'm not denying that I slept with these women. Yeah, true enough, I did have sexual relations with these women, but they was of age at the time.
With some women, some other women.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, some other women.
Jerron the Pacer, motherfucking pencil head ass.
Yeah, I was talking about the Chicago trial, though. That's the part I was talking about. Yeah, I don't believe he slept with Jerron the Pacer.
But how Jerron the Pace get in New York and not in Chicago?
Yeah, that's
it's a whole bunch of questions, man.
Yeah, go back to that press conference with Kim Fox before it went to a federal level. Like, all the people that happened to call in that hotline, consequently, was all represented by Michael Avenatti. You know,
right.
What's a coincidence in that?
Where he at now?
And what's name was in the co-defendant on the New York trial of Darren McDavid and Milton Brown and all these managers. They could have easily been co-defendants. That I want to try to tie into Rico. You could have had the parents and that motherfucking everything. If this truly happened, to let you know it's bullshit, man. They agenda was out to get one man that was killed.
Well, you know, I just look at these people who are out here defending these alleged stories by these women. I just look at it like damn, y'all, how don't y'all hold these women accountable, man? Y'all want to defend these women versus listening to what these women are saying and holding them accountable for what they are saying. At the same time, nobody said they're being held against their will. Nobody said they're being held against their will. But this is what they want. They achieved what they wanted to achieve. And you understand how much planning has to go into every aspect of suppressing a court case to happen in your favor. You come out with a docuseries, then the world go on a shutdown. The courtroom was closed down. No media, no televised court hearing. Like, none of this shit, man. I mean, I just never seen a court case so lopsided in my life.
Right. How do you feel a woman, you know what I'm saying she got alleged the habit virus, but she on Instagram and IG twerking and shaking her ass. And then you got another woman saying, hey, was supposed to be in school, lying about her age to get in the courthouse where child pornography take place going on. Then you got how can you be a defendant accuser who, along with her mother and father, was lying to his man about his age the whole time, up to the point when she was 3 months from being 18, he told her age. How are these people victims?
You gotta make that shit make sense. Skylight said that one time too. And I want to know, how can you expect a man if you can fool a government officials at a courthouse, what the fuck are you gonna do? A regular civilian supposed to be different.
Right.
You're going around mean women and saying, hey, you ask, let's say you go to if we go to a convenience store, we looking for a female, we ask for their number. We ain't gonna ask for their age with the damn number. She tell us they ID. She say she 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 26, 27. We gonna believe what she said.
Hey, now if you look, now you tell me an age and you look and it's questionable, I don't believe that. Nah, you gotta show me, man. You say you what? I don't believe that.
Or later on the phone, and when we're talking, they're gonna be like, how old is you again? You said and double back and ask again.
You gonna ask again, but then you hear Chaos talk about how you hear him saying about how you gotta show ID this different things like that, but then at the same time, did he have somebody in charge of checking the ID? Was he checking the ID physically himself, or did he have somebody responsible for making sure these IDs were good? But then if you got a motherfucker like Johnny Come Lonely, then shit, any ID is a good ID if you ask him. Motherfucker have a library ID, a lunchroom, a lunch ID, a school ID, any ID. As long as that motherfucker said ID on it.
Like chapter 7, boy. I'm telling you, man. That boy, man. Somebody go get a headache, boy. That joker, boy. That joker is a character, boy. I put it in, and it worked. Oh, it was Christmas, boy. That Negro, man. That dude, woo, he burns me up, man. That joker, man. Ooh-wee.
What your boy say? What your boy Master Splinter say? Hold on, Mr. Savage. If there was my daughter inside the tower, I would have been throwing that truck through the front door.
Right. Cricket Powder Johnson.
No, that's one of the 3 haircuts. That's one of the 3 haircuts. You ever seen something like that? 3 haircuts.
Oh, so that man got 3 hairstyles. He got a fade, he got dreads, and he got a bald. That nigga barber be undecided when he get in the chair. Like,
I've been saying Mr. McGavin. I always said Mr. McGavin was a great attorney. Goddamn crook, straight up and down. You can look at that motherfucker like he was crook.
Oh,
you gotta block your schedule off for that nigga haircut appointment. You gotta go get dreaded, gotta get faded, gotta get dyed.
He got 3 separate barbers standing in line waiting for their turn to get to him.
Where's my daughter? Man, when Kim confronted her, that shit look like a goddamn movie script. Where's my daughter at?
I don't have your daughter. I don't have your daughter. Your daughter's doing fine. Shit.
I want to know where my daughter's at. You work for Miss Kelly, don't you? You work for Miss Kelly, don't you?
No, I work for Miss Stephen Greenberg.
Y'all know had that been my daughter. That did sound scripted as hell. You ain't
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
I would have drove my truck straight through that damn window right there if that was my daughter.
Had a damn Tim have a camera everywhere he go. You can tell this man clout chase everywhere he go. He had a damn camera. When the girl came home, who the madam is? Who is Precious? Who is this? Who is this?
You put your mouth on who? He made you have sex with a girl.
Look at R.Kelly. Look at his house. All in that main house with damn camera. Got a video of McDonald's. What type of predator got a video? Got a Mac?
What's up, Julia? Man, y'all didn't see that wallpaper on that wall in that bathroom when Tim took that picture. That nigga had border. He took a picture in the bathroom, had border paper on the wall. That shit so old, boy. I ain't seen border paper since the 90s, man.
No, oh, man.
Lady Irv B had a great point with that one before he took it down. I forgot to say something about that.
Go ahead. Touch on it.
Yeah. So, we've been hearing about, the other guys that he was on the case with, and it's like I feel as though it had to be, you know what I'm saying, something with Kells for them to even say he's still advocating for women, because that other case didn't have nothing to do with no advocating for women. Y'all trying to get some money at the bank. You know what I'm saying?
$20 million. And she sat there and blew the whole goddamn, she blew trial, and the judge gave her 25 with an L. You see me? She wanted that 20 and sat there. They say, are you prepared? Are you seeking to get restitution? Oh, I'm undecided. They already had it in the trick bag.
Judge said, you ain't getting nothing.
The fucked up part about it is the girl that she bought in on it, Pauline got paid. She didn't get shit.
But Pauline, you see what she said then? She said that your girl Lisa Van Allen was extorting her and stole her story.
Hey, those stories was so ridiculous. The one that said that she flew in from Detroit. She 15 years old, right?
Yeah.
That was, boy,
Yeah.
that wasn't no Home Alone type shit, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
Let's walk that one down right quick. Let's go through the steps.
Okay.
So she 15
Right.
in Detroit. Kill told her, I'm gonna fly you out. Come to the Shy. So
no, she flew out to Minnesota.
Oh yeah, okay, the Minnesota.
Had a limousine. This during prom had to be, because I ain't never seen a fucking limousine just come in the hood.
Well, hold on. How you 15 now Bonds ain't asking this. How you 15, how you fly from one state to another without parental consent? Oh, when I got to the airport, Kels gave me a passcode.
Man, cause listen, that motherfucker was of age, y'all. They was of age, cause there's no way moving like that as a fucking minor.
But you gotta understand, leaving home, getting picked up in a limousine, stopping at the store and bought a flower.
Right, yeah, Rose.
Got back in the limousine. You say your brother was there when you left. Your brother don't say nothing. Why is you getting in this limo? Who sent this limo for you? Your mama is a nurse or a doctor working at a hospital somewhere. You get to the airport, and I went to the airport. I took he was 13 at the time, your old son, and I asked all these questions about the policies, to fly, and it changed after 9/11. It changed, but back then they said you could, but you still had to have your parent have to bring you show proof of your identity, which she would have to have your social security card, your birth certificate, saying you got to prove that this is your child.
They can fly.
So then the mama gonna have to sign a waiver. She gonna have to sign some documents or whatever, and then she gonna keep one part up. They gonna say who gonna be picking the child up on the other end. Like you gotta have their information. All of that shit. So for her to say that, it was like, damn. Then she say she flew all the way to Minnesota. Now I'm a man. I'm just speaking as a man, and there's other men on here. We know we got sis on here, Skylight, but I'm gonna fly you all the way to Minnesota. Have you sit? Now you can't get in the. Now you gotta see the play they always use. Now this the second person said they couldn't get in the concert. Because Jane Doe number 5 said she couldn't get in the concerts when she went to California. So she kept lying like she couldn't find her ID. That was her excuse. But this girl flew to Minnesota and went straight to the hotel room and waited. She didn't even go to the concert. She
sleep with her.
She said the man came in the room. Didn't even touch her. She told her to take her clothes off. Didn't touch her, just left. Now you think I'm me being a man. I'm not finna fly no woman up to come see me, and I'm just go walk in the room and then turn back out and leave. Like,
what was the point?
What was the point of me flying you here?
Exactly. That let you know, man. These jurors on this case, man, were just waterboard about this surviving R.Kelly shit, man. They weren't looking at the facts of the case.
They had already watched Surviving R.Kelly, which they admitted to. They were victim of sexual assault, which they admitted to. They was fans of Gloria Allred and Michael Avenatti, which they admitted to.
There you go. Yeah,
man. You got people drinking Alizé before it even came out.
Come on, bro.
iPhone before the BlackBerry. You hear me? The fuck?
Yeah.
You fly back from Minnesota. Now listen to this shit makes no sense. You fly back from Minnesota back home, then you and a couple of your family members hop in the car, y'all drive to Chicago. Then you go meet them at the hotel. You got your cousins. You meet them at the studio. You got your cousins with you. This is when he decided to want to finger you. Well, he man had you in the hotel room by yourself. But he gonna wait till you and your cousin get to his studio, ask you to come on the hall. Your cousin say she walked on the hall because she want to make sure nothing happened, but then he get you off to the side, he finger you. Come on, man.
Right, all these motherfuckers was lying. How the hell, you got, first of all, you got James at number 5. Sister come out talking about some chaos, entourage whooped their ass, throw them back behind McDonald's, and then you got the Clarence family still trying to pursue business deals and shit with him and all type of shit with him. That don't even make sense. Then you go to Faye Rogers. This motherfucker go on Dr. I and say she got herpes and she drink lemon juice and eat apples to clear her situation, her herpes virus. Then the damn mama get on the Old Cove channel and say that he tried to give it to her. So what that matter is you got it or you don't got it. And if you do got it, that's your dumb ass sleeping with an R&B singer that been knocking women down all over the world, and you decide not to protect yourself. And then hell, if you're sure, you could expose the shit to him. Like,
well,
how you a fucking victim?
How much time should he get for attempted herpes?
Man, but
exactly.
listen at this right here.
30 years.
That part.
Listen at this right here. This is Tracy Sampson. This thing I got on the stream. The government does not mention Tracy in his sentencing memorandum, but that is probably because Tracy has now accused the government of misconduct. According to recent proceeds discovery, Tracy claimed that she told the agents and prosecutors prior to trial that Lisa Van Allen was extorting her and other victims.
Wow.
Information that was never disclosed to the defense in violation of Brady.
Wow.
In his prodigy. Notably, the government had no, qualm, that's QUALMS, about vouching for Tracy credibility when it was seeking to convict Kelly of a bogus inducement count. But now that Tracy has turned on the government, accusing the agents and others of wrongdoing, it seems it has abandoned any claim that she was a bona fide victim. So they took her out of the case all the way.
Wow.
When she called them out, she said that Lisa Van Allen fucking extorted her and other victims. So what Lisa been doing? Lisa calling these women up saying, hey, I got a proposition for y'all.
Mm-hmm. So the feds using Lisa to quarterback the situation with the other victims.
Now, I'm glad you said that, Jeff, because you got to hit it like this. I'm going to hit it and let y'all have it now. Why would they bring her back after she got kicked off the stand in 2008?
Right. And then to pick up what you said, Big Bob, while she was trying to store people don't know that Lisa Van Allen tried to reach out to Jane Doe number 1 in the Chicago trial.
See, you know what I think that they used her again, since she was already, proven to be not credible. They needed her because remember they did the remix to indictment like 2 or 3 times before they got it right. But see, she was a victim at once, then she was a witness, but then she got the immunity. But they needed her to secure the timeline. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They already knew she wasn't credible, but she can secure the timeline to show the pattern of behavior over time or what have you. And I'm guessing she's been around since the beginning of this thing.
Right.
So she like the veteran, you know what I'm saying? So she going around to the other victims like, look, I'm Lisa, woo. You need to listen at me. You feel me? So she was used to kind of quarter. Yeah, but but this one right here, Miss Sampson was like, oh, you got me effed up. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, the jury didn't believe Sampson or Van Allen though. That's the crazy thing about it though. They
believed it. You see, she just told you what happened. She came out against them and they took her whole everything involving her. They took it out.
Bingo, Lady Irv B. The security timeline and the men that testified as well.
Yeah, because but the thing about it is the man shouldn't even be charged. He should have even been facing trial because they were doing nefarious shit. Lisa Van Allen, Charles Freeman, and Keith Merles was trying to extort this man off of a tape that alleged had child pornography on him. You mean to tell me y'all gonna try to bring this man down and get these people immune over the fact they had the tape, they was distributing the tape, moving the tape around, and then it ain't even proven that it was really child pornography on the only reason they secured the conviction in Chicago was because they had that boss baby, that lady, coerced that lady to change her story. If they didn't have James.
Right. They might have issues with his connection.
That was I didn't never think that. I'm happy Big Vibe put that out here.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's my first time hearing that crap.
Yeah, you see how
it makes sense though.
Yeah, they got their picks and chooses on what they want to highlight here in the media. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's very telling. And it was something similar that happened in New York. You know, if we all recall, you know, somebody wrote, you know, Kells was like, man, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, they put me in a... See, this is what we got to understand about. We know how these people play, right? When it comes to our people, any people, the government, you know what I'm saying? Put people in a predicament where we got this on you, we got that on you. It's either you or him. You know what I'm saying? Now we can work out a deal, but you're gonna have to say this, that, and the third to get you out this jam, get you this immunity. I have never seen a case where so many people were granted immunity that were criminals. You know what I'm saying?
They would get immunity out like it was free lunch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So why, you know, you got a case that's basically full of criminals. I say 70% of them. And you trying to bring down a man, so you working with criminality to bring down a man. You actually breaking the law to enforce the law.
That's what I say. I say that shit too. You break the law to enforce the law. Make that make sense.
Make that make sense. Shout out to Big Bob. Make sure y'all get y'all a shirt. But in any event, you know what I'm saying? That's the bigger picture that most people don't understand. This ain't, it's bigger than R.Kelly. You know what I'm saying? It's about, if they could do this to this man and others, man, we don't stand a chance.
They set the stage, man. They set the stage. And the thing about it, our community is the most compromised community there is.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to do this to a goddamn pop singer or a hard heavy metal singer, or any of these other different Mexican singer, none of them. But in our community, we want to see people go down so bad. It's like these people get enjoyment out of the lies that has transpired with Mr. Kelly over the year, throughout these last 5 years. And you can't sit here and say, if we see the lies, you can't tell me that y'all don't see this shit.
Hey,
y'all
check this out, y'all. Check this out, Big Vi. How, like, go back to what Jeff was saying. If you got to break the rules to enforce the law, to one, that means that tells me y'all ain't got no case. And then on that, y'all can spend all this money. The federal government can spend all this money to and bring all these cases with all these lying accusers to bring Kells down on some bullshit. They don't even make sense. You know all these accusers lying, but motherfuckers can't even find out who killed Biggie and Tupac. Now all of a sudden, now it's 26 years later, y'all want, and Keep It Deep been talking, y'all want to say he didn't kill Tupac. Like, that shit don't make sense. Like, all these research that the federal government got, they using that shit to bring down an innocent man, but y'all can use all that shit right there y'all got to solve Biggie's murder right now. Solve Tupac's murder. Man, solve who killed, you know what I'm saying, Dr. King. But y'all, They go out to who the fuck they want to go out to. This is what we pay our taxpayers money to. That's why I said, man, fuck if R. Kelly did this shit or didn't do this shit. And I don't mean to cuss on Sunday. I just get fed up with this stuff. I'm sorry for swearing on your channel, Big Vibe. But y'all doing all that for y'all to bring chaos down, but y'all can't find out who killed Dr. King and all these people that like that's just a slap in the face to America. Like black people, y'all shouldn't be worried about he married a Leo, he married a Leo. Don't even be worried. But look what the federal government doing to this man.
Exactly.
Man, worst case scenario, man, if he did do something, man, Jeff always say this. That man name been rained through the mud. He did 4 years in jail. Let the man go home. He deserved his time if he did anything.
But the other shit so funny though. I just never seen so many mishaps in a case, man. You talking about you get to the fourth quarter of the trial and a juror say she don't feel she can finish the trial after she done sat here through the whole trial. Now they gotta take her off and bring in another juror, which was an old ass Caucasian person. You got the Durskin building, one of the most prestige buildings in downtown Chicago. This motherfucking building, money come through this building like a bank, and it's shut down because of the electric problem. Jim Derogatis avoid getting on the stand. You hear them say, avoid. We need to speed the trial up. Y'all take it too long. Like how do y'all just trample over this man, rights, man?
It's a man's life.
There's so much shit. I just sit back and think about so many things that happened during this trial, during these trials, man. Just like, man, it's crazy. You got a whole witness who got to get picked up by the U.S. Marshal and brought back to trial because she don't want to testify.
Then you got a judge in New York who was supposed to impeach Jeronna Pace, I think it was Jeronna Pace and Faith and Jane Dunn, Azrael Clare, Jane number 5. That's 3 witnesses, main witness of the case. If they lie and perjure themselves on the stand, you consider their perjuring their testimony. What they tell you, this man shouldn't even been on trial.
They remixed the indictments in both federal. Yeah, listen.
And Donnelly changed the language, and Lennon Weber changed the language.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How y'all changing the language, remixing the indictment? You know what I'm saying? Several times. And I mean, when I thought whatever happened to when they come get you, them people come get you. They got you.
Right.
They already got a case
on John Doe's and the John Doe. Aaliyah wasn't even part of the first part of the New York trial neither. The first indictment. They added her in there, then they added later on down the line, right before trial, they had these fake John Doe's in there. Then they had Lisa Van Allen as a witness, then as a victim, then they turned her into a witness. Like, they ain't got no case, bro. They if they had to do all that shit, slap it up, remix it, fix it, change it out, do it out, they didn't have no secure or conviction on him. And the only reason they got away with this shit is because the black community turned on him. Nobody would stand up and defend him. They believe this shit. And I hate to say what Kwame said, but people don't want to defend him because they thought he did what he did back in 2008. But the sad part about it, he was acquitted of that shit.
Right.
This should be over with.
Yeah, that's what happens, Crux, when people still in trauma and they don't heal. You know, people want to draw 401k for the rest of their life on being a victim.
Absolutely. I want to ask, just to, not to get off topic, but with the whole timing of this thing with Tupac right now, I would like for Brother Muse to kind of touch on it briefly. Like, what is your take on them doing all of this, knowing that they've been knew this information, and it kind of ties in the same thing with Kels because you know what I'm saying. Y'all know this stuff. It's both of these situations are 30 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm gonna blow your mind, Crux. Hold on to your seat real tight.
Yeah, I know. I want to set the stage right for you, brother.
I'm ready. I already jumped the gate.
Oh yeah, I'll yield back. I'm gonna let you go on ahead.
Ledger. What is a ledger as it relates to powerful and influential people, whether they are judge, crooked, allegedly, whether they are politicians, crooked, allegedly, whether they in law enforcement, crooked, allegedly, which that is definitely true because those one in Compton got brought up on charges. So you're not trying to solve this one. You're not. You need that ledger. You want that list. You want that list. Why is it so convenient? Shout out to J Rock, J Rizzle, Mr. Timeline himself. Why is it so convenient around election time? How is this tied into the 2024 election? Just let that breathe for a minute.
Politics. It's all.
I can be the one that can be credited solving this murder for almost 2 decades. And then I'm able to get that list of names off that ledger. Woo! What would that do for my crew? I yield back.
And don't leave out the fact that something is finna go on.
Oh,
now this allegation of having arrested this man for the murder of Tupac. Now you got the black community paying attention.
Right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now the black community is paying attention to the news again.
Yeah, there's always an agenda. There's always something else behind it. Remember, I always tell y'all, I look at what's not being presented.
But they ain't did. But they ain't do nothing. Keith D been doing interviews. Goddamn near.
But that's not what we're saying, Lil Mac. What we're saying is the agenda behind it, the attention that's coming with them coming out saying that they arrest this man for the murder of Tupac. What is going on underlying? I said it the other day. I say they've been talking about the government about to shut down in October.
Well, let me like
let me listen,
JoJo say I'm gonna try to put it so where our grandmothers can understand.
Let me say this one thing, Crux, before you stop in.
Go ahead, I'll get back.
We said before on the live, and people seem to be going over this, and they running past it like it has no significance. It has very critical. Russell Poole, the detective who was doing an investigation, he had got to the bottom of that.
Yeah, Russell Poole been solved that shit.
He had got to the bottom of that.
Had a heart attack.
And mysteriously was going to meet with these mysteriously. He was told to stop pushing and go any further, and they let him go from that department. So he started doing the investigation, continue on his own because of the integrity of justice and the law that he had in his soul. And he had got to the bottom of it and mysteriously came up dead.
Right. And then you got to look at this.
Then Michael Moore mysteriously came up dead. How?
Frank too.
Yeah, Frank too. But Michael Moore was a little bit more different because Michael Moore was the one that said he heard over the radio. Got him.
Yeah.
And also, don't say nothing else on the radio. And he said the person who said that was not from white security.
Right.
It was a conversation what they were having with Frank and told him, yes. So he said, and Frank said, he said that, man. They said they gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Those you see what I'm saying, Crux?
Yes, indeed.
I hear to you, Crux. I hear to you.
Yeah. So, man, that was excellent, brother. So that the timing, right? Just like with this situation with Kevs, this stuff is 30 years old. But when did they come with these allegations back around 2018, around election time, right? It's all political. So now they need another one. They see this shows how calculated these people are, right?
Yes.
So this stuff with Keefe D and Tupac, right? So you got election time coming up. Now, what better way to get the black people to involve with this new election?
There you go.
Say, we found Tupac's killer. Hey, vote Democratic.
But they ain't. But the point I was trying to make earlier, they ain't find shit though because
but that ain't. We understand that. We understand that, Lil Mac. But we talking about the political message.
Yeah, you
we
missing it.
speaking on the political message that they trying to put out.
Because it is. Don't think it's not.
Yeah.
Don't think it's not. Please, y'all don't think it's not. It is. Crux just told you.
When have they ever cared to solve a nigga murder? Ask yourself.
Never. Because if that's the case, tell me about Jimi Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
They held him down and pulled looking down his throat, dude.
Mark my words, the Democrat Party is going to use this Tupac situation as leverage to get the black vote. Watch.
Why you think they mess with Trump like they're doing, bro? He was the only strongest Republican candidate, bro. They already knew it, bro. They knew it, bro. Who else was going to stand up against them and run against them? Tell me what the Republican. Who had a stronger than him? I'll wait.
Y'all heard it right here first on Big Vibe Opinion. They gonna
use the next person on the chopping block is Sean P. Diddy Combs, bro.
But you back up out that they're doing it. So, like y'all said, what all y'all saying is true. But my thing is, when it comes to the biggest situation, they ain't gonna never solve that murder because once they do, it's gonna expose the LAPD. And the LAPD gonna be on Miss Wiley and her son and his daughter billions of dollars. The LAPD was up,
bro.
They finna solve it, bro.
They finna solve it, bro. Did you hear on CNN News? Hold on, right quick. Let me play this. I'm gonna play this before we get ready to get out of here. Listen at the first name they implicate.
Okay.
The search warrant, and it was actually placed at the home of a woman who is married to Dwayne Keith Davis. Dwayne Keith Davis, he is a very famous former gang member who was friends with Diddy. He was friends with Eazy-E, and he is somebody who wrote a book.
Who they say he was friend with?
Diddy and Eazy-E. Diddy and Eazy-E.
They gonna solve Biggie murder.
Yeah.
This shit is finna be.
But if they do solve other people that did it gonna be held accountable for it. That's the point I'm making.
We don't care about that. How the government go, but we finna see them. They finna put some shit out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Now if it's gonna be true or not, I don't know.
You like they solved it, but we know the truth.
Yeah. Now if it's gonna be true or not, I don't know. But they finna put it out there. The first person they implicated was Diddy. Listen to the rest of the shit she's saying.
The search warrant, and it was actually placed at the home of a woman who is married to Dwayne Keith Davis. Dwayne Keith Davis, he is a very famous former gang member who was friends with Diddy. He was friends with Eazy-E, and he is somebody who wrote a book about his time growing up in these circles, and he has self-proclaimed for years that he saw Tupac get shot and that he knew details of this. Now, we don't know know if he lived in the home with his wife. We don't know the affiliation there. But here are some of the things that we do know that police took from the home. We know that they took 5 computers. Boris, we know that they took an iPhone, USB hard drives, tablets, also obviously his book, a copy of Vibe magazine that featured Tupac on the cover. And again, this is a very interesting development. You know, he ran in those circles, Dwayne, back in the 90s. Tupac famously being murdered in 1996 after he left a hotel, the MGM Grand, following a fight that he had gone to see, a boxing fight, and he was in the car with Suge Knight, a very famous record label executive, when a Cadillac pulled up in front of them and began shooting and fired 12 shots that hit Tupac, and he later died from those injuries in the hospital several days later. But this is a very, very monumental development here, and obviously many people are wondering if this could potentially lead to an arrest. But this is all we know right now, but we finally know what they took from the home and whose home it was. So we will keep you posted as this story develops, Boris.
Chloe, it is such a stunning development in part because many of these details and these allegations from the person who wrote that book, they've been out in the public for some time. Is there any indication as to why this warrant was issued now?
No, so nothing reportable at this time as to why the search warrant was executed this week, but you are exactly right. Dwayne Keith Davis is someone who has been very vocal about the fact that he knew who murdered Tupac, that he had details, that he witnessed the shooting take place, and he has, been very vocal about this, writing a book about it, like you said. And so why all of these years, decades later, are these search warrants finally being executed and these things being taken out of his wife's home? Like I said, 5 computers, tablets, iPhone. So hopefully we'll get more information soon as to what exactly is on those hard drives, those computers, those tablets, and whatnot.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
See, this deeper than what scratches the surface. And I want to be clear. I see, Lady RB said this is what she disagree at, and I respect that. But I'm not saying that they're gonna come out and say like, okay, vote Democrat because we saw Tupac. No, they're gonna do it in a roundabout way. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like I said it. Like it's gonna be somebody. Now this is my opinion. Somebody that's associated with that particular political party that's going to be the spearheading that, and they're going to use that as leverage. You know what I'm saying? Every time it's election time, even when it was Bill Cosby, they used that as leverage. We got the big bad rapists with Kells and Bill Cosby. They always do it in a roundabout way. They don't come out directly and say it, but they use a lot of different. Why the timing of everything is something that you got to pay attention to.
To pick up on what you're saying, Joe, why do you think the Democratic Party backed the Civil Rights Movement?
Exactly.
Because it was an agenda they were faced. They know in the near future, if they can get all these black people to vote, there'll be more votes in their pocket. They've been playing their black people since way back then because, true enough, back in the day, like during the Reconstruction part, black people always, sided with the Republicans. Now they have to flip that in the Civil Rights Movement so everybody can start voting Democrat. It ain't about black and white, right? All them motherfuckers, Democrats and Republicans, are racist. They are just doing this shit to, like Jeff said, to feed their agenda to get people to vote for them. They all using us, bro. We all a tool. Like Malcolm X said it back in the 60s. If you got a party that you keep voting for and keep putting in office, they ain't doing enough for you, it's time for you to change up these parties and create your own. Because think about it now, if everybody would just stop, black people would have just stopped voting, it wouldn't be no motherfucking Democrat in office. Obama would have not won the election back in 2008. That's why they had to put a black face in the Democratic Party to run for the president candidate, Barack Obama, because that would have drove black people to vote. It's an agenda. Every time you come to these politicians, you're being conned. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you, black, white, or nothing like that. They don't. All they are for is green money. If they know it's gonna be something that can benefit them in a situation, they're gonna use it to their advantage.
Yep. And I'm gonna tell people, black people, like you said, Lil Mac, you're absolutely correct. Were always Martin Luther King was a Republican. But see, me and my sister Shamika, she's in the chat. We talked about this the other day. She put me up on game as when we started associating ourselves as Democrats. It was a time when Martin Luther King was in jail, and John F. Kennedy was running for office, and he said, "Hey, look, if you want Martin Luther King, black people to come to get out of jail for whatever he was locked up at that time, we need you to vote Democrat, and I'll get him out." That's when black people started going over to converting over to Democrats. That's it. And since that time, that's the long and short of it. We've been programmed to vote Democratic. Like our parents and grandparents vote Democrat. That's been put without any real political reason, and they played on that for decade after decade after decade.
And people don't know the Democratic Party in the beginning was funded by the KKK.
Thank you.
People don't know this shit. Like they're fooling y'all. And to be honest with you, people don't tell you. Abraham Lincoln, he was a fucking racist. He said it. If it's a way that I can stop the Union from going to war and end this war without ending slavery, I would do it. But I ain't got no choice but to end slavery. He didn't want to free the slaves because he liked black people and he cool with them. No, he was caught up in a situation. He had to do what he had to do. He had to compromise by freeing us. None of these politicians are our friends. That's why people be asking me, "Do you vote?" And be like, "Well, look, man, you should vote. It's your ancestors died for this." But I said, nah, I'm done voting because all this shit is a fucking game. It's a fucking joke, and they use the people. It's all about power. So I also had that right for my ancestors that died for me to choose not to vote because how I look at it. Ain't nothing in the position that I'm in. I don't give a fuck if Barack in the office or Trump in office. Ain't now one of them niggas did nothing to me to make my pockets fatter, make my life less more scraps. I'm still dealing with gas prices going up. I'm still dealing with. I still gotta put food in my house. I gotta provide for me and my girl. I gotta get out there and work for me and my girl. I gotta make sure my family's straight. You know what I'm saying? They ain't did shit for us to be divided like that. Oh, you should vote Democrat, you should vote Republican. All these motherfuckers out for is power and how they strategize how they can use people to gain more power. We all being played.
Now, peep game. Like, and Lady RB, you absolutely correct. They both are wings of the same bird, right? You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, to take it back to Tupac, you know what I'm saying? We just got to say the Democratic because black people think since you black, a lot of people think you just supposed to vote Democrat if you black. Joe Biden went on the Breakfast Club and told Charlamagne the God, if you don't vote Democrat, you not black. To have that type of confidence to tell a black man, if you don't do this, you not black, because the Democrats have been fulfilled for years to say we represent the black people. Now the Republican Party is what they are. You know what I'm saying? They both wings of the same bird. But the thing about it is this: what Tupac said. I believe we need to develop our own political party.
Right, and that's what Malcolm Tupac.
He said, write down a list of demands and go up to them and tell them, look,
exactly.
Y'all can't fulfill this. We not doing that.
Right. We need to galvanize as a culture and write out a list of demands. If you want our vote, you have to meet these demands, or we're not going to vote for you.
Right,
either one of you.
And that was the same thing Malcolm X was trying to preach to everybody way back in the 60s. He was ahead of his time. And if you peep game, the Black Panther Party all they did was pick up what Malcolm left off at. Malcolm was telling people, man, it ain't a Dr. King. They had Dr. King thinking it was all about civil rights and you can't sit down where you want to sit down at. No, Malcolm X said, now they're hampering over your human rights. Okay, what you gonna do once you start sending these offices and sending these buildings in public places? That ain't shit. What about if you want to start your own business and create generational wealth for your family? They can give a damn about that. You could sit in a place where people don't like you, ain't nothing. You ain't accomplishing nothing. That's what. And then right before after Malcolm X died, Martin Luther King started saying that, and he said, "I led my people into a burning building."
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So there's a comment on the stream. They did not have to mention Diddy, or did they, or do they want Diddy's well? What happening while they mention Diddy? That's called a smoke signal, letting them know your name coming up in some shit involving Tupac. So they sent the message. It wasn't just to Diddy. It was to Diddy, Bad Boy, everybody who was around at that time. See what they finna do is they gonna come put the Swedes on the entourage. And once they put the Swedes on the surrounding circle, they gonna flip and say Diddy was the one who orchestrated, who directed.
You know what? Yeah, you know what, Big Vibe?
It's the same play.
They need a new R.Kelly right now. R.Kelly was the motherfucker they brought down last year, 2-3 years ago. They and Bill Cosby. They need a new big black name. Who we gonna go after now? We gonna pick Puffy.
So what happened is they got Keith D. They say he's associated with P. Diddy. Now you see P. Diddy ex-bodyguard is doing interviews and shit talking about implicating certain shit. So they finna put the Swedes on people who was around at that time that's still living. Them people gonna roll because they not finna go sit down in jail.
Right.
What did Diddy do recently to try to get ahead of the situation?
He gave a check, some money.
I'm giving all artists back all artists that was on Bad Boy, they publishing back.
Yep. Show
me. Tag me. Let me say something. Tag me. I'm a springboard off of what y'all was saying. What Pocket Crux had said. Pocket was in an interview with Sway, and he said, "We gotta have this beef. We gotta have this war until we can go back and negotiate the terms of the treaty." Pac said, "I'm calling for dialogue, which is what you do for a struggle for power." Pac said also many times, relating to how we move in the street. It ain't the street in the gang. He said, we get all our strategy stuff from watching the government.
Yeah.
This is so dangerous because they understood what the pedigree, what someone has to say, and you put a mic in front of his face with a big personality, his roots and his pedigree. Don't trip when he says some stuff you don't like and you uncomfortable.
Uncle Miller, let me pick some of that up when you get done.
Go ahead. I yield to you, little Matt.
All right, what you making? Like Pop did make a great point. And he said the police is a gang, the federal government is a gang, and then if you get the gang structure, how the Crips and the Bloods, you know what I'm saying, operate. You got your superiors, the OGs. They got the BG, the baby gangsters under them. They the soldiers, like the privates in the army. They go out and do all the heavy work. He right. He was absolutely right. Gangs are structured like how the government and how the army struck people. That's where they get it from. He telling the truth. He's saying that.
And that's what's going on. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. That's what made Pop so that he was able to see that and wanted to get in and chat, you know what I'm saying? Make an imprint. And you look at the influence, the name, the voice, and he had really just getting started, bro. You see what I'm saying? So what would happen? And then he turned around and get appointed unanimous as new African Black Panther chairman.
What his mama told him in that movie. This the only thing I got. I say Pop fell short. That he sees her mama told they gonna use the tools.
They're gonna give you the tools you need to. Yeah.
They gonna give you the car. They gonna give you the clothes. When that man was in jail after that,
there you go.
Go back and listen to that interview. That man was on his shit. But
I got it on DVD, little man. I got it on DVD. That's why I keep on reference.
Right, he was on his game.
Yeah. Yes.
What? Then when he got back out, he got caught up in the damn East Coast West Coast beef.
They was on
it. Though the outlaw said he was going to fix all that shit with Big. He said he sat down with Idi Amin and told him and Napoleon and Hussein Fader and Young Nobody. He said, man, I really don't have nothing against Biggie. I ain't got. I tell him that's my brother. I just want to spank him on this song real quick. Then we're gonna get back to the money. He said I will. He did an interview. He said if the government will sponsor these little league teams and some type of charity to go in the government, he said I'll go and do a concert for Big and I'll kiss him on the cheek and we can end all this shit. As long as they're gonna do something to benefit the community and benefit the hood. He said I'll end this East Coast West Coast shit. He said this situation between me and Big is small. It's not even about like riding on people and all that shit. He had a plan. He was gonna use that East Coast West Coast war to stop these motherfuckers from get to talk the federal government into giving him money, him and Big them money to fund shows and work on shows and all this shit. But he got killed. That man, if you notice, towards the end, Pac wasn't even dissing Biggie.
Right.
Like he did hit him up and all that shit. He did that shit like a few months after he got out of jail. He was done with that shit. He kept saying, why y'all keep bringing up Biggie? He said this shit between me and Biggie is so small. When he was in that interview, when they was at the AMA Music Awards in '96, last interviews he did, he saying when he was sitting down with Snoop, he saying why people keep talking about a East Coast West Coast war. He said this, if it being shot in 30 or 40 million homes in the country, people wouldn't know this war exists. He said the media is perpetuating this shit and making money off. Because to be honest, Tupac didn't even want that East Coast West Coast shit. He had one problem and he had a falling out with his friend. He felt his friend wasn't being loyal to him at the time that he needed him. It wasn't even about no East Coast West Coast shit.
But the thing is, Tupac and Biggie became casualties of other people's agendas.
There you go, nephew.
There you go.
And the same thing happened to K. Being casualties to other people's agendas to a certain
exactly.
Managers and these crooked people that he had around him and these no good females he was dealing with.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the common thread. And they keep running the same play, Crux. And every time you get these political sides, who's gonna get the power? Who's gonna get in the most powerful position? You know what I mean? You see all this stuff going on. And that's what Pac and a lot of conscious rappers, public enemy, that's what they were talking about. They study the government and they see that. So when they start putting that stuff in their lyrics and all that, you go, oh, wait, what are you doing? You got a lot of people. Censor that. Take that off the shelf. You know, you can talk about all that other foolishness, but don't be talking about that. You know what I'm saying?
Not just the punches rappers, man. Shout out to Jeff Ford, man, Larry Hoover, Fred Hampton. Them brothers was on point.
Right.
They wasn't a threat because they had an organization. They was on point because they was a threat because they understood what the government was doing.
There you go.
And the Crips and Bloods, they came from the Black Panther Party. They just disintegrated. But once the Black Panther Party got killed off, and they turned to the street shit. That's what happened with the Black. It came from all the gangs really came from the Black Panther Party.
Right, and also to note why they went around calling you Big Country, Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford both migrated from Mississippi.
And guess where Tookie Williams was from? Louisiana.
Exactly.
Right. And guess where the Temptations, majority of them migrated from? Alabama.
What up, DV?
So roughly from Mississippi.
I'll be big country. I don't have a problem with it, man. We done had a great conversation today. I don't even want to get off of here, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Good Sunday convo, man.
Good Sunday conversation, man.
Food for thought, man. This was Sunday dinner.
Yes, sir.
No, I tell people, if you don't do nothing, just keep your eye open on everything that's going on out here right now. And that's involving chaos, Tupac, politics, everything, the weather, everything, man. These laws.
To pick back up on that country shit, people need to stop saying that because ain't no north, no east, no south. You still south. If you south of that Canadian border, you still in the fucking south. The same situation that I face down south, Big Five face, and the same situation that we face, Uncle Muse and Jeff facing up north, up on the Midwest. So what the fuck is y'all talking about? We all in the same fucking hellhole. If you in the states in the United States of America, we all face the same type of hell, just in a different way.
People not going to realize it, man. We are living in what you would call an illusion, man.
Right.
It's all based off your perspective, man. That's it, bro. We don't know where the fuck we at on this planet. We know what they put in front of us. That's it. But if you look at a map before a globe, it show you something totally different than what they tell us.
Right.
Before these states, when we were living in the colonies, before this country became a state, we were living in the colonies. We don't. I mean, we listening. We going based off of where somebody tell us we at. We didn't develop our location because of our discernment. We developed our location because somebody told us this is where we at.
And Christopher Columbus didn't discover goddamn America.
So we all come from the same place at the end of the day. We started with them 13 colonies and we migrated. All over.
We all in the same struggle.
We all in the same struggles, same boat, brother, sister, whatever. And I don't have nothing against nobody, man. If I can help, I'd rather help you before I hurt you.
Right. I don't get caught in that country shit because I got family all out in the Midwest and all that shit. I look at everybody the same, man. You ain't no, but we all in this shit together, man.
Hey, I like the way Pac put it. Pac said, when you spit that from your heart, you can go wherever your heart wants you to go.
Mm-hmm.
But when you spitting that from them other people's office, then they got to escort you through the hood. You feel me?
Right.
Exactly. It's on my bad.
Look at Chaos. Chaos go in his hood, ride around and won't nothing happen to him. Tupac going in the hood. He going to Oakland, LA, New York, you know what I'm saying? Everywhere. And won't nothing happen to him. But a motherfucker like Jay-Z, these elite people, they better not bring their ass in the hood puffing. They're going to get their ass robbed.
Thank you, Shamika. Thank you, Lady RB. Yeah, I'm going to be big country. And like I say, I'm going to have my big country t-shirts coming. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to come on live. I'm going to have on my hat. I'm going to have
and there's another thing, too. People
everything.
About the fucking, the scope of the world and of the land. It's country spots up north and in fucking New York. It's country spots every fucking where. They got the city part of the world, or the state, and they got the country part of the state. That's in any fucking city state you go to. It's a little rural areas, little country areas, and all that shit. So you really can't call nobody.
Man, you know what I realized though, and I didn't realize until I moved from the South, and I moved up north. Man, when I got up north and seen a trailer park, bro, I said, man, it's trailer parks everywhere.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I have one from nephew. They look just like a home, man. It's spacious. They got them out there in Michigan City. Man, just like a house, bro. You man, so mad, man. You can move that joker wherever you want to, man.
Go to Crown Point, Indiana, maybe 45 minutes out from Chicago.
Maybe Crown Point. Okay. Yeah.
Like, you know, that South Bend, Indiana, you know, it's different parts of Illinois that's super, you know what I'm saying? You know.
I'd have been out there.
One thing about that country, man, the country is certain. It's things about being from the country that you get that you gotta be raised in that environment to understand. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell people, I don't take nothing away from nobody because we all come from it. You know, but my experience for me when I moved to the city, it was clear what the difference was in the upbringing. But I can tell you right now in the world and how the world is going today. Back in the day, and I say back in the day because I'm in my I'm on my other side of the 30s. I can say back in the day, parents raised their children. The problem that America has right now is that a lot of parents all over the world is allowing social media to raise children. It's an all over the world thing. Whether you country, city, it ain't the same. I go back to my hometown. I'm like, it's disappointing.
Hey, check that out, Big Vine. You know, back in the day, you probably can attest to this. It wasn't no sit in the house on them damn video games.
No, I don't have a video game right now. I never own a video game. You know, you have to go out when the sunlight out, your ass outside. You better be back before the street light come on.
There you go.
Now what's the rule? You ain't gonna be. You better get your ass something to drink right now. You ain't gonna be in and out this house. Open up this goddamn door.
Close my screen door. Close my screen door.
Yeah, they was on that shit. You couldn't be sitting around with two or three grown folks talking. No child can't even be in the damn room.
No, when grown up talking kids, you better not repeat a conversation you heard your mama have. Boy, it's over.
Knock the fuck out.
It's over. But man, I appreciate y'all for coming on today, man, and us chopping it up. Shout out to Skylight. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I hope y'all really enjoyed this live today. A lot of information dropped on this one today. That one screenshot that I put up with Tracy Sampson, I will put that on the community wall for people to go back and look at. Like I said, if you haven't got your t-shirt, go get your t-shirts, man. $25 free shipping. Then I'm running a promotion for this week. You can get 2 t-shirts for $40, man, with the promotion code Big Vi. 2 t-shirts for $40 with the promotion code Big Vi. Because I know some people say they want black, some people want white. So hey, if you want to get you a black and a white, boom, you got a deal. You got a good deal going for you. I really appreciate it, man. I'm hustling. I'm trying to get myself back together. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate everybody who has got a shirt already. Thank y'all so much, man. Y'all have been a tremendous help. And like I say, man, I believe in God, so I know that my destiny is not far away. We're gonna keep coming on here, bringing this information every day. My brother Jeff, we most definitely gonna be linking soon. Uncle Muse and Derek. I'm most definitely trying to make that happen because that can be a blessing.
Absolutely.
Man, y'all say y'all closing before we get out of here, and we'll be back tomorrow with something different.
Yes, sir.
I started off what we were just talking about with the North and the South thing. It's all diversionary tactics to keep people separated. Like even in Chicago, and Brother Muse can attest to this, you got people that's from the South Side, the West Side, the North Side, you know what I'm saying? So it's always, this side better than the other side. And, when we all in the same boat, you know what I'm saying? We all facing the same atrocities in society and trying to navigate the same, terrain. So I say this, as a culture, we need to be united as much as possible because, they watching us, but we watching each other. We not even aware, or we're not having environmental awareness by even being in that type of situation where we need to be heads on the swivel, looking forward, sideways, and behind us. Because, man, the attacks are real. We living in a world that's very different than we all grew up in. So we have to prepare the next generation and set the right example for the next generation. I would like to thank Big Vi and all the brothers that came through, Muse, Lil Mac, shout out to the sister Skylife. Thanks to my sister Shamika that came through. And everybody in the chat, Lady B, Earth, everybody, you know what I'm saying, EJ. And man, everybody that I didn't name, much love and a peace of blessings to you as well. And till next time, Godspeed.
Already, my brother.
Yes, sir.
A blessing to you, brother, always, man.
Oh yeah, peace and love, my brother.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh yeah, I just want to say, closing, man. It's good. I always chop it up with y'all guys, man. I love y'all guys. I feel like I always say this, man. I said one thing about Kel's, you know what I'm saying, downfall. He brought some strong people together, some wise people together. And it's like I look at y'all right now. My family, we've been knowing each other for 3 or 4 years now. Y'all family now. We all gotta just some kind of way link up and hang together. And like Jeff just said, man, don't be fooled by the media, because like Pac said, the media is full. It's the mix and it's full of dirty tricks. Yep, only God can judge us. So I ask everybody, you know what I'm saying, the main topic we really be talking about is chaos. If you ain't sure, you ain't sure about the information, I ask you to try to reach out to watch these channels and read these transcripts, and don't believe anything the mainstream media tell you. If you get something from the mainstream media, I encourage you to investigate, to look into it, do your research. Just don't go off what the TV tell you, because television could be telling you lies. And I just want to say that I'm about to hop up off him, catch a little bit of this football before I go to work tonight. Man, I love all the guys that was in the chat.
Love, bro.
Y'all guys on the panel. Shout out to Skylife and, you know what I'm saying, free chaos, man.
Free
chaos. All the not just chaos, and all the others that wrongfully incarcerated and falsely incarcerated.
Already, man. Red tape.
A quote from Pop. If the lifestyle that you've been living got you coming up with more short than getting profit, that lifestyle needs to stop. It only happens though when you get an awakening and have a heightened sense of awareness and understand, now that I want to change and move a different direction, push through the naysayers, people's opinion of you has nothing really to do with you. It's all a distraction and a test to see, do you really want to be the best version that you were put on this earth to do? Are you really serious about that? And when you say, yes, I am, then worst case scenario, you must prepare for, because a storm is coming to test that. So when you get on the other side of that, you can breathe new life into individuals. You got a testimony, a story, because you can't give somebody something that you don't have when it's your appointed time, when they come across your life. So you must overcome. You must push through, because someone needs to hear it how you articulate it, that'll reach them when so-and-so couldn't reach them the way you reached them, because they don't have your story. We are our brothers and sisters people. Blessing to Queen Skylife. She got to come on more often. Hopefully we can get all the other queens that rock, that have valuable time. Prima Donna always got love. She got a special place in my heart. Every household, man and woman that's in the chat, please, every day you see breath, find out it is, what are you trying to impact this world? What is that you really want? And once you discover what that is, wake up after that for the rest of your natural life and go after it. Leave your mark so people know you was here. It's Uncle Me, Big by Nephew. It's Uncle. I'm out. Peace, blessings, everybody. I yield back.
Listen to everybody in Big Vi. I don't really got nothing to say. You know, when they mention me, make sure they tell you this.
I really appreciate it about you. Going on. I really appreciate it about you. Going on. I really appreciate it about you.